Welcome to match number 9 here at the USPL Season 3 as we take a look at some fantastic knocks that we've seen over the last few days. Tajinder with his beautiful half-century Erasmus, he struck them all over the ground. Massive sixes, glorious as they raced all the way to the boundary. And Ziaul Haq, 4 for yesterday, was exceptional with the ball. And finally, it was Jahangir. It was a Jahangir show in the evening yesterday as he put on a masterclass. He has found the ball to come onto the bat more often than not, and he has hit some long ones all around the ground. Now, on day 4, lots of action to come. It's the Maryland Mavericks taking on the Golden Eagles at the moment, and then right after, it's the Carolina Eagles going head-to-head against the New Jersey Titans, followed by the Atlanta Black Caps taking on the Cowboys at 5 p.m. local time. So lots of action to come, lots of entertainment for you to stay tuned all day. The Mavericks, they've come in in good spirits as they should. They've picked up a couple of wins as well. They're coming in on a high, a lot of confidence in that squad, knowing that they can count on some of their steady performers. Nothing better than a good old warm-up of some soccer. Shreyas Mova, the wicketkeeper, just getting his eye in. Hasn't had a chance to bat yet, but he's been exceptional behind the stumps with the gloves. The California Golden Eagles. What a start they've had to this tournament as well. Noman Anwar, Unmukhchan, they've been fantastic up at the top. They'd love to have their batters have a good go to start things off for them today. It's a big day because it is going to be a new pitch as well. We're going to go down for an update on the pitch report. Welcome to day number 4 here at the USPL season number 3. Let's talk conditions. Well, as you can see, it's a sunny day as expected here in beautiful Florida. Temperature-wise, we're about 18 degrees, expected to get about 26 degrees for a high. And winds, there are some, again, not as bad as we've seen them in the first 2 days, going from about northwest to about southeast. So the batters need to be a bit watchful of that when they're hitting into the wind, and the bowlers could potentially use that to their advantage. But speaking of the bowlers, we haven't seen a lot of swing, haven't seen a lot of seam, and we haven't seen a lot of spin either. And none of that will matter today, and that's because this right here is a new surface, going on to a new pitch for today. And what does it look like? Well, let's take a look. It's fairly hard and very similar in terms of the pitch from 2 days ago or from yesterday. A little bit of grass cover. The covers were on as well, so it was allowed to sweat overnight, but seems very compact. So in terms of scores, we're expecting something very similar to what we've seen from the days in the past. About 190 for game number 1, about 140, 150 game number 2, and potentially 120s, 130s for the final game. All in all, it's going to be a good day for cricket, so all you have to do is stay tuned and continue to watch the action. Standing so far, it's the Golden Eagles taking on the Mavericks, sitting at number 3 and number 4 respectively. And the Carolina Eagles, it's a runaway show for them at the moment. They've played 3-1-2 in a very healthy net run rate as they sit pretty at the top of this table. We'll have to see how the table changes as the day progresses, as we do have 3 back-to-back games. We're now going to go down to John Kent, who's got the toss for us.
So we're out in the centre for the toss for match 9 in the US Premier League. Out in the middle, we've got the Mavericks skipper Shubham Ranjani, and as well in the middle, we've got this California Golden Eagles captain Monank Patel and Danny Khan, the match referee. Thanks for joining us. You got the coin, Shubham? Go for it, please.
Heads.
Heads has been called. Head is the winner, and what are you going to be doing on this new pitch, and why?
We're going to bowl first. There's some moisture on the pitch, and we want to utilize the conditions, and we've been chasing really well. We won the both games while chasing, so we just want to try chasing today.
And obviously it was a tough loss yesterday from the Titans, but you are in a really good position still on 4 points, in a bit of a log jam in that log. But winning today will take you to the top of the table. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, for sure. We just want to continue the way we've been playing. Yeah, we didn't have our day yesterday, but we just want to come back today strong and make sure we get the W.
And talk about conditions in terms of your team lineup. Have you made any changes for today's game?
No, we're playing with the same team.
All the best.
Thanks.
Good luck. Shaman, you've lost the toss. What would you have liked to do on this pitch this morning?
Yeah, I would have bowled to first because a new pitch, hoping to get some help, has some moisture to use it and get some advantage for the bowlers initially.
And you're finding some form yourself as well. Sujit as well in some really good form. That was a good win yesterday. You must be pleased.
Yeah, the plan worked and it was well planned and well executed by the bowlers. All credit goes to the bowlers and we're hoping the same to keep the momentum.
And you talk about this new pitch, expectations from it. Do you think it might go around a little bit with this moisture?
Yeah, initially it might have some trouble, but I won't mind that. We just have to bat well and it's all about playing good cricket.
All the best. Enjoy yourself out there today.
Thank you.
Perfect. Good luck. News out in the middle. The Eagles, they've won the toss and they're going to have a bowl first.
Thank you so much, John. There we have it. It's the Carolina Golden Eagles have won the toss and they're going to have a bowl first. We're going to have Paul Nixon take us through the squads for this morning.
Devon Smith, all-rounder, quality, exciting performer. Scott, Nitish, Sujit, Suresh, the keeper, who's having a tough time out there. The balls are keeping low. Hopefully he can carry on. Bhaskar, all-rounder. Eshan, who's been world-class so far. Bugaka and Samadri. Very, very consistent bowling unit.
Yeah, great unit indeed. A lot of batting and bowling as we take a look at the squad for the California Golden Eagles. Manak Patel leading them from the top, and the two openers in Noman and Unmukt, they have been very consistent and hoping to get a good start today. Bo was a decent innings from him yesterday, and the bowling just doesn't get any easier for the opposition. Janae Siddiqui, the Canadian, coming in. Shadley Van Skalkwyk, he's been excellent as well. They're heading out there, the California Golden Eagles, as they've won the toss and they've chosen to have a bowl first. It is a dewy morning here. The ground staff have tried hard to get rid of the dew as much as they can, but temperature's just starting to shift, starting to get a bit warmer, allowing for those conditions to allow for the dew to start setting in. Haven't seen much of it over the last 3 days. And looks like they're going to be sticking to the opening pair from yesterday. The Mavericks, Saiteja Mukamala potentially coming in one down. The youngster, I mean, what a series he's having, the USPL season number 3. Going to be Ryan Scott and Dwayne Smith.
Yeah, we've got the nice left-right hand combination. You see so many teams now have the left-right hand combination. Always somebody with a shorter boundary, always somebody with the wind. Exciting pair. Dwayne Smith, just looking forward to... He's had some glimpses, but he's never really got that 50, 60, 70 that he's capable of, and that bat swing loves coming from sort of second slip across to wide, mid-on, mid-wicket. Deadly, drags balls from 5th, 6th stump. We've seen other teams try and hold their lines a bit more, just a bit wider to him. So fingers crossed he can get moving on this new pitch. I'm fascinated to see how this new pitch plays with that little bit of dew, whether it just does nip a little bit. Captain said at the toss he felt there's a little bit of stickiness, a little bit of hold in the pitch. So yeah, exciting. Smith, 125 strike rate. He'll be looking to better that today, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's got a couple of starts, hasn't he? Just hasn't been able to kick on in his true ways. It's Ryan Scott on the other end. Saw a little bit of optimistic batting from him yesterday as well. Got 30 odd and then just wasn't able to kick on. That's sort of been the story for the Maryland Mavericks, getting starts but not able to capitalize as much as they can. It's going to be Carmi LaRue to start things off for the California Golden Eagles with the ball. 3 wickets so far in the tournament. I'm sure he's going to look to add a couple more to that today. And more than that, well, wickets are great, but also keeping the score as low as they can. Very important. Here we go. Umpire says, let's play.
Little change of position. slips and covers just changing over. But it was so LaRue, he got hit for a boundary. He was bowling gentle medium pace and he got hit for a boundary. Then all of a sudden he just ramped up his speed and got angry. And that's what I want to see from him today, a bit more fire, because he's got it in him. He's such a tall, high action. Here we go.
Well left. Dwayne Smith sees that through to the keeper. It is a new surface. Maybe just wants to make sure that he gets an eye in. Exactly a good read on the conditions.
Yeah, he's played all around the world, hasn't he? Dwayne Smith, all those Caribbean islands that he's played many years and all the competitions around the globe. So vastly experienced. Some of the youngsters must be loving working with him.
Gets bat on that and gets it in the gap. It's going to be 4 runs to start things off. Early boundary in the first game for today.
Vintage Smith off the back foot, just a bit too wide. They're looking to bowl that 5th, 6th line to him. Try and nick him off with a slip in. On this occasion, just too short, just too wide. That's food and drink from a wise old owl of Smith.
To be a bit straighter, a bit fuller, to have that slip come into the equation.
Better tighter line there from LaRue. He'd be hurting from that early boundary. You've got to try and drag the over back now. Under pressure. Second ball 4. Just scratching the line there. I wonder if it's a little bit softer underfoot, this new pitch. The covers usually have a line of Hessian sacking on the actual wicket itself, and then they drag the covers over the top of it, which gives that little bit of dew and that little bit of moisture into the pitch that helps the groundsman.
Cracked away and into the leg side. It will bring Ryan Scott onto the strike for the first time in this game.
Nice shot again from Smith. Seemed to have plenty of time there. Pulled that comfortably. So brings Scott on strike. Been impressed by Scott. He's got a nice elegance about him. He's positive. Not the tallest of men, so he's got to be a good player off the back foot at that height. And he's played all on the ground. He's looked good. These guys, these Mavericks, just need to kick on. They just need to get somebody who could face 35 to 55 balls. If that can happen, they can post that 190, 200 that is gives their bowlers their outstanding bowling attack a good platform to go against. But when your bowling attack's going that well, you know if you can get 170, 180, you're in the game.
Pushed into the offside and he's off the mark. Yeah, you mentioned it, Paul. I mean, he's looked really good with the bat. The other thing that stands out about him is when he hits the ball, he hits it so hard. In fact, he's injured one of the players at backward point not too long ago.
Yeah, we've had a couple of finger injuries, haven't we? One of the guys who, can't remember which team now, he's dived in forwards and dislocated his thumb. I saw him last night with a bit of a cast on his. He's heading to get some scans done today, bless him, but
That's going to be the end of the first. Mavericks 6 for no loss. First over gone, it's the Mavericks who have got 6 on the board for no loss. It's going to be Mudassar to take the ball from the north end, correction, the pavilion end. Just getting a bit of a game plan going with Shadley Van Skalkwyk as well.
yeah, I was with Ghulam Mudassar in Pakistan. He's a wonderful man. I was out in Sindh and he was there with us. Lovely bowler, great heart, very happy young man, always happy. He's a little bit quicker at times than you think. When he gets his short ball right, he can be quite quick. Runs his fingers a bit more like a traditional off-cutter slow ball. We haven't seen too many Yorkers from him so far in this competition, but he generally can get his Yorkers in, but looking to hit the top of off.
Well bowled this, angling into the batter. Oh, explain this one to me. West Indies, Bangladesh. West Indies puts up 490. They declare. Bangladesh 269. And they declare a whole 190 odd runs short. Right before the follow-on, yeah. Explain that one to me.
That's interesting. I didn't realize that was allowed. Yeah. Yeah, they obviously wanted a score, but I thought you had to get the follow-on regardless. Oh, that's an unbelievable delivery. It looks like it's just nipped back. The keepers had to dive back just outside off stump. Fantastic delivery. Let's have a little look at this. How much is that nipped? Oh my goodness. That's exceptional bowling.
And how about the keeper as well, Paul? Got a big blind spot on the batter, adjusts well, dipping on him as well.
Yeah, always tough as a keeper when you brand new pitch. Excuse me, a brand new pitch. You don't know where to stand with your guys. You don't know what the right height is. Most balls coming through between sort of knee high and hip high at the moment.
Or just trying to come up and take the ball on the full. Goes a bit leg side. And it's going to be given wides. 2 wides. Manak Patel marshalling his troops.
That's your leg. Bowler coming same side.
And getting a bit of movement going into the left-hander. This time just a bit too much. Manak Patel seems to have taken that higher up on the arm as well. Ooh, delivery and an appeal. It's just Manak Patel who's interested on that one, but there's definitely some action out there on this new surface.
Standing the seam up tall and things are happening. To be fair, Gullam he's a great appealer. He's a great appealer. But that is, look at that, that's unplayable. It really is. If you're going to nick that, you're going to be in seriously good place in your batting, because that has seemed from leg stump to the top of middle and off stump. That's literally unplayable. Reminds me of a Pakistan morning, actually. Always a little bit of nibble, fresh dew in the morning.
Off the mark again, Dwayne Smith. Yeah, what are those tactics of Bangladesh, though? I mean, I don't think I've seen that before.
No, obviously they're hoping for a game, but I didn't realize. I thought you had to actually get past the follow-on. So I'm still learning. I'm 54 and I'm still learning. Been in the game for 30 years. You never stop learning, do you?
You never stop learning. The game's forever evolving. There's a lot of interesting cricket happening as well right now, isn't there? The Australia-India test match. I mean, Australia have been completely blown out of the water on home soil. What an incredible bowling performance it's been for India. And the batting as well. I mean, we can't forget that. A couple of centuries. What's happening with Australia in their backyard?
Absolutely love it. Monali.
Oh, bowled again. Mudassar, he's definitely getting a little bit of movement out there, getting the ball to seam.
Yeah, looking at the India scorecard, 161, 77, 25, 100 from Kohli. That is just an amazing platform, isn't it? That just settles all the bowlers down after low scores. Just terrific. It's after a 150, then to come back with that, it just sets the game up perfectly for you. Takes all the pressure off, but the manner in which India have done this has been exceptional, isn't it?
Single to end the over, 2 gone. The Mavericks 11 for no loss.
Back. All right, fellas.
Taking a look at the Maryland Mavericks squad led by Shubham Ranjane. He's had a decent innings in the first game as well. Like Teja Mukamala, looking forward to seeing him out with the bat again. 295 runs was the margin on that win, Paul. Australia completely blown out of the water. In fact, Australia have only won at home just one test match in the last 10 against India. Clearly, they're having some sort of... There must be a mental block here. I mean, we talk about the psychology of sport. What's happening there?
Well, the Indian stats gurus are coming up with some amazing stuff, possibly, because that's an unbelievable stat. You would never have thought that, would you? You would never have thought. I would have thought it was way closer than that from the outset. But wow, yeah, the dominance of India and the positivity from the IPL and the energy from the IPL, I really do think radiates through your cricket and your sport and your belief. Players, coaches, that strong mentality of being positive. And India have just been exceptional. Australia have, you know, their batting hasn't been as good as it would like to have been over the last few months. And yeah, India, when you've got an attack like that, you struggle.
Bowling a very good line and length here. LaRue again targeting those toes. It is a direct hit. Ball is not going to make it to the boundary. Good sportsmanship as well. The batters decide not to run on that one.
Yeah, this pitch, if you can just hold a good area on this pitch and stand that seam up tall, you've got a great chance here. You've got to get inroads with this hard ball while the seam's still solid and not flattened down on the hard surface. You could just get a little bit of sideways lateral movement. You needs 2 or 3 wickets on this surface.
Picked up, glorious looking shot down the ground. It's going to go all the way for 6. What a shot that is from Ryan Scott.
What a bat swing there from Scott. That's stunning cricket. Absolutely magnificent. LaRue just searching for a wicket. He knows that there's a little bit of seam movement, as we're talking about, trying to just get an LBW ball nick off. Just got too full. Boom. Take that. Big full face straight back over his head.
Do you think it adds a bit of insult to injury to the bowler when they hold the pose like that?
Oh, no question. No question. And you only do that when everything's right, don't you?
Better length and nearly tripping himself over. Ryan Scott, I think he might have done his back on that one.
Back and ankle, goodness, yeah. You know, these back-to-back games are quite tough for the players, but again, this is the LaRue I like. I like him a little bit fired up, a little bit more aggressive. Whoops-a-daisy, a little bit of... It just shows you there, the wicket, how it's a little bit softer. Whoops-a-daisy, there he goes. But LaRue meant that ball before he's just put it there. He's got a presence. He's 6'5", 6'6". Get angry, get focused.
Pulled away, and what a glorious shot this is. It looked very, very entertaining. Another half a dozen, a bit of chatter between the batter and bowler too, but they're smiling. 3 overs gone, the Mavericks 24 for none. It was some sort of pull. Slightly slow to start until it was Scott who got in the action. Well, Ryan Scott says, I've had enough of this single and double and tapping around business. 2 back-to-back sixes in the previous over, damaging LaRue's figures just a little bit. It's going to be Shadley Van Skalkwijk coming into the attack.
Keeper up as well, this is good to see.
Push down the ground, not the worst of tactics here from Dwayne Smith. He knows that Ryan Scott's hitting them well. Just take a single, get him back on strike. That shot, what a shot that was when he picked it up. It went a long way up in the air, had the distance as well. Bit unorthodox, I think.
It just opened himself right up. It was almost like he was half expecting it to be a little bit shorter previous ball, he'd smashed it straight over his head, then he'd got the one. Sorry, the nice tight line, then bang, as soon as he's short, wow. But you've got to be, when you're this Scott's height, probably 5'9", 5'8", you've got to be a good back foot player. He's obviously a good back foot player, and you see the shots like that. But this is, if this nibbles around, Skalvik will be tough to bat against.
A hoik into the leg side. Up another single. We've not seen this sort of movement in the first 2 days. This is the first time we're seeing a little bit of seam action, making it a bit trickier for the batters. Maybe that potentially, we're talking about 190 in that first innings, but that might just change.
Yeah, I agree. That's a really, really good call, Manali. I think that the 190 didn't have this lateral seam movement here today. I think anything 175 upwards is a good score on here.
Back of a length this time. And dealing in singles in this over. They won't mind this too much, the Eagles. Most wickets so far. Well, the man with the ball at the moment, Shadley Van Skalkrick, he's got 6, but the leader, or the leaders, are Ehsan Adil and Jake Ball with 8 each. Junaid Siddiqui plays a role today as well. He is on the Eagles squad. He sits with 4, but he can change things pretty quickly for his side. This has gone high up in the air. I don't think it's going to have the distance, but it's going to take some catching. Unmukchan, the slightest of wobbles, but he's a safe pair of hands. Frustration for Ryan Scott, but he's got to walk back. It's going to be the first wicket for the Mavericks.
Crucial wicket at this stage. Early wicket in the power play on a nibbly wicket. Scott going for the big shot over long off, but straight up in the air. Just looking to see if that was a cutter. It was a leg cutter out the side of Shadley's hand, and a little wobble. It started to come out, Unmukchan, but took it well. Mavericks, 27 for 1.
High up in the air, and there's
Sweeper, huh? One sweeper. Yeah, sweeper. Second face the ball, huh? No, sweeper, proper sweeper.
beautiful sunshine here in Florida. The sun just peeking through. Very little cloud cover. In fact, when you look from our view, there's barely anything in the sky. As you expect in Florida, the Sunshine State, it's the youngster Saiteja Mukamala, known to score runs for USA Cricket, especially the form that he's had this year. Hasn't quite gotten the big one yet here at the USPL. He's gotten a few starts. How unlucky the way he got out yesterday as well, to be bowled or to be run out without facing a ball.
Yeah, I like the look of him as well. He looks a good cricketer. He looks a nice player. Good positive strike rate. Let's have a look at the wicket. See at the side of his hand. But the nice thing about that, taking the pace off, and it's wide. So generally, batsmen are looking to drag the ball on the leg side, hit the power. That's a good catch. He's the perfect bowler here on this type of pitch with a little bit of lateral movement.
He's not brisk pace either. A little bit slower in pace, but has the movement. 4 overs gone, the Mavericks, 27 for 1.
Here we come, guys. Be in place, please. Left arm coming over, gents. Left arm coming over.
Beautiful facility here at Broward County. There are a couple of soccer fields right beside us with an AstroTurf in there as well. A lot of local cricket gets played on there. A lot of junior cricket on the weekend especially. Just down leg and helps himself to a single.
Yeah, Lauderhill, this area, Broward County Stadium in Lauderhill, stunning area, absolutely love it. I love the drive to the ground this morning. Interested, Manali was keen to, on a day off, to go to a shooting venue. You do a bit of shooting?
I think it's what Canadians do when we come to America, because we don't have the same sort of gun laws in Canada. Bit exciting, isn't it, to come out and shoot a few guns?
It doesn't tickle my fancy, actually, but it is what it is. Big shot. Oh, just over the top. Wow. Sateja will be, his heart would have been in his mouth at that stage. Goodness, it was literally fingertips just over the top there. Modasa coming on from the far end, and gosh, good length. Didn't quite middle it. Oh, did he set off late? No, he couldn't do much about that. As long as he was just off the 30-yard circle. Generally, you're right on the 30-yard circle. Oh, he's changing him. Captain's changing the field. Is he getting somebody who can slam dunk a bit taller, or somebody who's got a bit more spring in his step? Taller guy at mid-off, which is actually, that's good thinking, but it's too late now. That's the type of thing that needs to be done straight away. Keep people, yeah, proactive, not reactive, 100%. So.
He survives Sateja Mukamala. He does pick up a boundary, and he's off the mark with that boundary as well. Just fingertips over the fielder.
Projected run rate at this 7 and over is 142. If they can get to 9s, I think 9s at 171 would be a very good score on this pitch that's got a bit of lateral movement. It'd be interesting to think, normally, if a pitch seams, it generally turns. So we might see some turn from ball one, which would be very surprising, actually.
Up and over the infield. Does it have the distance? No, but it will land safe of the fielder. It's two shots that have not looked very convincing for Sateja Mukamala. And then the other issue is Ryan Scott was the aggressor when it was Smith and Scott.
Yeah, well, Smith now, he's got 13 balls in his bank account, so he's starting to get a feel of it. But I think that this type of pitch, this new wicket, you're never really in on this pitch. There's always a ball that's got something on it, and you've got to make sure that you hit the full balls and the short balls.
Yeah, but at some point, they're going to have to figure out who's going to start to be the aggressor between these two. You'd assume that it'd have to be Dwayne Smith. He's got way more experience than Sateja Mukamala. He's not had the easiest of times here in USPL, however. A couple of starts, but really has looked uncomfortable out in the middle. Sateja coming off of hot form with USA Cricket, but hasn't really transpired into USPL. What point do you think they should start targeting and start going for a few? Because we're almost at the end of the 5th over.
Yeah, well, normally that wicket just happened at the right time.
Just might be leg byes to finish the over. We'll just wait on a signal from the umpire. And looks like it's going to be bat. 5 overs gone. The Mavericks 30 for 1. Correction. Shadley back into the attack, and the hesitancy continuing from Dwayne Smith. Mind you, it's good areas that he's bowling, and there is a bit of movement. But Smith's going to have to start figuring out going at a strike rate of 68 in T20 cricket as an opener, and that too during the power play overs, is just not acceptable.
Yeah, it's the lateral movement that's making him concerned. That's why he's just hesitant at the moment.
Just out of the reach of the hands of Shadley went Skalkwick. jumping to his left and just a little too far.
Good shots, looking good shots. Working, keep working.
Yeah, good areas there. Just cramping in for room. Smith's opened up, trying to heave it to the leg side, but he's folded him nicely with a little bit of seam that's just nipped back. Oh, fingertips again.
Got a smile on his face, Smith.
Nice, nicely shadow.
He's West Indian. The West Indians have always got a smile. I love the West Indians. They're so happy. They're the happiest nation on earth. They're amazing people. I love the West Indian. CPL years ago, most wickets. Shadley's done so well here, 7 just behind, and this is a perfect pitch. If he could wake up in the morning, come to a cricket ground and have a pitch with a little bit of sideways nibble, no major pace, a bit sort of Benny Howell-like running in, different variations, perfect wicket for him.
Ooh, straight through to the keeper.
Good take that, bounced steeply. You know, they talk about keepers staying low. I'm just watching his hands there because a little tip for any keepers watching, somebody like Shadley who's a tall guy, imagine the stumps are in 3 compartments, an A bounce pitch quite low, a B bounce pitch middle of the stumps, and a C bounce pitch at the top of the stumps. You know, Shadley's a tall guy, most balls are going to be middle to the stumps to the top of the stumps. Worked out to square leg for 2, I think, by the look of that. Yeah, coming back comfortable 2. So going back to the keeping and the keepers, you can people say stay low, but actually when you stay low and the ball's bounced and your hands are on the ground, you can't move. It's such a hard position to move. So ideally, just before the ball's left the baller's hand, as his foot's about to land, his front foot, you can come up a little bit earlier, especially on these good pitches. So your hands are like probably mid-shin height, and that helps for when the ball bounces.
Pulled away. And it is in the gap. It runs away for a boundary on the final delivery of the over. 6 overs gone, Mavericks 40 for 1.
Keep square, dip mid, long gone. Let's go, boys. What are you doing? Staying alive.
Could do a little demo. I wonder if we can get the camera a bit lower. Or not. If not, it doesn't matter.
Gaurav, point aaja. Gaurav, point aaja, bhag.
So it's interesting, yeah, the keepers, I think it's really important, especially on a better pitches, a wicketkeeper could come up. You don't need your hands on the floor. Your hands should be more shin high, because then from your shin to your waist, your head can be still, your knees can be bent in a bit of a Z shape with a flat back. So your fingers are down, but they're off the floor, then you can move quicker. Once your hands are on the floor, you're in the slowest position possible to move.
Junaid Siddiqui, he's always known to get a bit of a false start. Wants to make sure that he's landing well and just keeping the batters on their toes. Want to pick up a few more wickets. He's sitting with 4 currently in the tournament.
Yeah, just going to have a little look at keeping what we're talking about. So the hands are on the ground there. As the ball lands, they're just coming up. So what happens is he has to jump, and all of a sudden, yeah, you're struggling there a little bit. You rush for time. So what you want to be is, if you know that a guy's tall, rocks back, cuts the backward point, ball into his field. Smith frustrated there. That's one of his fantastic shots. Just didn't quite get the gap. So just by coming up a little bit earlier on, helps have time and poise in the catch and be a bit more relaxed.
Getting some great tips from the Paul Nixon on wicket keeping. It's a tough position, honestly. It takes years to master, doesn't it?
It's the greatest. You're in the game every ball. You can make a difference, whether you're in a batsman's ear a little bit, trying to make him be positive, be negative.
Cut away in the gap. And he does pick up a boundary. No, he doesn't. What an effort in the deep. Thought that was definitely going to run away.
Outstanding work. Outstanding work to his left down there. Chad Bowles. Very well done, young man, for his team. Yeah, it'll be a bit damp there, down there with a bit of dew. Flicked it back as it got away. Yes, great work. Look at the slide. Very good. The ball's getting a little bit wet for the spinner. The spinner will enjoy this time just to get that ball perfectly dry so he can grip it and rip that seam as hard as he can.
Yeah.
Oh, and that is the softest of dismissals. Yeah, the celebration comes out. Saiteja Mukamala, that's a slight chip straight back to the bowler.
Just thinking if it was a googly. Has he not picked the googly? He's gone back to hit it to the offside perhaps, and have a little look. Is it the googly? Come back into him. Yes, it was. I think it was the googly. Well bowled, didn't pick it out the back of his hand. Very difficult to bowl that ball. Very well bowled. Mavericks 44 for 2.
Let's go, boys. Batsman in. Uli bhai, दो बॉल सामने आ जाओ ना. क्या दो? Yes, bats. Here we come, fellas.
Gorgeous looking facility here, Fort Lauderdale, Lauderhill, Florida. Sunshine State, lots of lush green grass and lots of palm trees, not too far away from the water here. Actually, we were here not too long ago. Well, yeah, pretty long ago. And actually, February was a long time ago, wasn't it, in the year? We got on a cruise ship, family trip to the Caribbean from here. Lots and lots of cruise ships out of here.
So did you say you've been on the cruise ship? Oh, lovely. Recommended?
Absolutely. Nitish Kumar comes out to the middle, and yeah, definitely. You know what? We used to do all-inclusives in the Caribbean all the time. 7 overs gone. Mavericks 44 for 2.
More than happy. Oh yeah, I want to know about the cruise.
The bowler change?
I want to talk about the Disney one.
No, I didn't. Ours did too. Oh, back to the action. And yeah, I absolutely recommend cruises. We normally do all-inclusives in the Caribbean, kind of like Bali, where, you know, the other side of the world goes. But we did a cruise for the first time earlier this year, and what an experience it was. I mean, kids absolutely loved it. We loved it. What a shot that is! Dwayne Smith going straight down the ground, over the bowler's head. A couple of bounces, 4 runs.
That's the middle of Smith's bat. Vintage Smith straight down the ground. 184th tournament 4. Not many better than that as well. No real seam movement. Smith hardly moved his feet. Just let his bat do the work. Just lifted it, hands through the ball. Vintage Smith.
Push down for a single. Have you been in a cruise ship?
No, I haven't actually. No, I've never been on one. I've always thought, and take this with respect, it was that for the older generation, the slightly more. But I keep forgetting I'm 54 now. So, but I hear that like the food's amazing, how big these ships are is incredible, but the entertainment as well. Good entertainment.
Fantastic entertainment. I mean, there were shows every single night. And we had, you know, we had water slides, we had a water park, there's mini golf. And as you mentioned, the food is top notch. So many restaurants, so many options.
All the cabins, are they all with the sea view, all the cabins, or not?
That was the last wicket. Junaid Siddiqui bowling a googly, Mukamala not reading it, an easy catch in the end. No, not all of the rooms are, you know, sea view. We did pick one that was, and you've got the option for the balcony and no balcony. But honestly, just a great time.
A balcony to go out onto?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I never even thought of that.
Yeah, I mean, you wake up to the ocean or you go to bed to the ocean outside your window. It's absolutely amazing. And the fact that it docks at quite a few different islands, you get to spend the whole day at the island that you're on. So you're still island hopping with all the amenities and the luxuries of being on this floating city. Shot this.
Man out there.
And that is going to be a catch. It sounded so good off the bat. It looked like it might sail over the fielder, but in the end, just dipping into the hands of Chad Bose. Takes an excellent catch in the deep. And that's going to be another wicket. Both openers now back in the pavilion. Dwayne Smith, just when he started to get going.
Crucial time for a wicket. Smith didn't quite get the elevation he wanted. Just dragged it, pace off the ball. Another good catch. Snuck away just 2 meters off the boundary. Crucial wicket at this stage. Smith, 26 balls. He's in, playing beautifully. All of a sudden now somebody else has got to start again. Mavericks 50 for 3.
Batter in, fellas, batter in.
There's our fellow comrades, Grace and Marie there. Just had a call this morning with the Nottinghamshire Blaze ladies cricket team. They had a little team call. So they're just coming back, catching a few rays, doing their 10,000 steps a day. Minimum 10,000 steps. I think the Blaze are looking for them to get some nets in, but the way the schedule is at the moment, it's going to be tough for them.
It's the skipper, Ranjane. He's off the mark on the last delivery of the 8th over. 8 gone. The Mavericks 51 for 3.
Over. Still 2 minutes. Half an inch. Yes, leg. Middle.
Thanks, guys. Good to hear of these the travels.
Coming on, Skip.
But here we have the Mavericks now. Match 9, big wicket of Smith. Previous over, Junaid continues his lovely mystery spin. Ranjani, the skipper, out there in the middle. So they've just been rocked a little bit here. 3 wickets down early on in the piece. And
Nicely, very well bowled. Bahut ala.
welcome, Kanat. Morning to you. How's the morning been so far to you?
It's been slow, very slow. Trying to catch up.
Thank you.
I won't mind seeing some huge sixes to get me going.
Good looking stroke out to deep cover. The problem they've got right now is 2 new batters at the crease. They're going at just over a run a ball, and this is where you'd like to start seeing some partnerships really kicking on. At the moment they're just having to do a little bit of a rebuild. Got some form players though. The skipper mentioned he's out there. Quick single. Now sharp. And the bowler just hurting his hand. Unfortunately, Junaid, he's not looking very comfortable.
And I see the fielders starting off from the circle. That's why this run was easy. A good throw, though. That must have hurt.
gets the Yorker in, and that seems to be the go-to delivery for him, getting some drift with his leg spinners. And Mavericks are becoming a bit of a habit of theirs now to not lose many in the power play, but straight out the power play, they lose plenty. Loopy delivery. But that has been a really good one from Junaid. Only 4 runs coming on from it. 55 for 3. Have a look at the progress. Maryland Mavericks, we talked about this game being a big one. They're both on 4 points in the log. Whoever wins this game goes top. Looking at those 2 wickets. Straight out the power play, they've lost 2 wickets, and that's criminal. Oh, lovely touch shown, but not quite fine enough to beat that third man. Just the rebuild is not ideal at this point in the game. I think the fielding side also needs to be quite aware that there are not going to be too many risky strokes played at this stage with wickets being lost, and a lot of fielders in the ring to be a lot sharper and anticipate the rotation of strike.
Nice, Bodala.
Well, their approach to the game is to keep the scoreboard moving, get all those singles. Still building up. Those back-to-back wickets hurt Mavericks a lot. One at 44 and one at 50. And that's Unmuk Chand with a beautiful catch. That was one of the hardest one because it went high up in the sky. It's a win-win for Ajwal.
And he's taken that last one, it's taken him to the top of that list. Good set of hands, and Scott's taken some good ones. Chad Bowes also, Nicky Erasmus, he's a big favourite up here in the com box with his big hitting and good catching. Once again, a little guard to third man. Some good hands amongst them, and some lot of good batters as well, part of that list. We haven't seen too many quick bowlers, part of that catching list. We've seen a few go down, that's for sure. Early on in the tournament, the first day, we saw a number of balls hit the turf. It's a good hand on that ball there, saved a certain or more runs.
Well, some good punches by the batters. But the placement should be in the gap rather than just targeting the fielders. Projected scores keep going on low. It's 117 if they go with 5.90.
Drop and run, fielder in. That is a comfortably judged single, but another quiet over for the batting side. 4 off the over, 59 for 3 at the halfway stage.
So that's the first half of the first game of the fourth day of the third edition. The Mavericks 59 for the loss of 2 wickets. First left.
Welcome back. The players just catching a quick refreshment. And this match is very much in the balance. At the moment, I'd say the fielding side slightly ahead in the game. Two new batters out there trying to get a partnership going. Junaid has been very good. 1 for 8 from his 2 overs with his leg spinners. They can take a couple more wickets here, make some inroads into that lower order. And Johnny's having to try and resurrect it a little bit here. Sujit Nayak, he batted very well in their previous game in partnership with Ranjani. Their partnership was 96 runs and Sujit got 70 or 47 deliveries. So that was a wonderful knock, a match-winning knock. 2 runs called, just going to be the single. Sujit, he's still to come, and he'll be very, very important to posting a reasonable partnership here. They need to go a little bit here. Looking at a current run rate will get them just under 120. That's not going to be enough. It looks like a good wicket today.
As I said earlier, the approach to the game is a little defensive rather than attacking every delivery.
Whipped on the onside. As you say, there's no intent. The bowler seems pretty comfortable. They're not really coming at him ultra aggressively, but also maybe from a game plan perspective, they might have identified Junaid as a big threat with his leg spinners, and he has been very good so far. Good shot through extra cover. That's running away. And that is 4. He tried to use the feet to stop that, but that's not going to work.
That was some good running. Good effort at the end. Good punches throughout. The bowler is disappointed by himself. But it's okay, a boundary once in a while.
Bit slower through the air this time, so Junaid, just a boundary off the over. 8 off it, a little bit better for the Mavericks. 67 for 3. What a beauty, inside out, all the way for 6. That is glorious.
Well, that's an absolute beauty. What a shot that was. Just timing it perfectly.
Two is the call. They're running it very well, very quickly. And this is much, much better from the Mavericks. Boundary last over. The boundary early in this over. Much, much better. Getting a little bit of momentum back. Well played.
Well, I believe the engine has started now. We might see some good scoring. Some good cricket, actually.
Pulled away now. This is some class batting. Last over, they've put the foot flat, as you mentioned. Brilliant stuff. And Nitish, now he moves on to 21 of 14. The Mavericks, they're off.
A change of gear, I would say. They know it's needed. Keeping that eye on the ball and hitting it towards the boundary for a maximum.
That has carried, no doubt about it, by about a foot. Good shot for 6. Lovely timing. Oh, there's a mix-up. There's a big mix-up between the two batters. They were having a shaking hands in the middle of the wicket for a moment. Oh, they've got away with that one.
Oh my God, that was such a chaos over there. Could have been out on both the ends. Pressure, pressure.
Two is the call again, so they're putting fielders under pressure, but well fielded. Good response by long off. And this is the biggest over in the innings so far. So the fall of wickets. They're brought to you by Distro TV. That was the loss of Scott Unmukhchand. He's the biggest catcher in this tournament. And thereafter, a caught and bowled. Say Teja, the man to go. That was the second wicket. And the last wicket, Dwayne Smith. This was the biggest wicket you can think of. Caught in the deep by Chad Bowes, the bowler Vinacoda. So Smith gone for 23. End of the over, 83 for 3.
You're back on par. Let's keep it up.
Air given and hit back straight. And this pair is turning it on. I tell you what, well fielded there, Karmar LaRue. I didn't think he was going to get there. He was moving very gingerly across to that one.
Dwayne Smith sharing his experience.
Dwayne Smith on the sidelines there. Yesterday as well, he had a little bat and then he was the impact player. He decided to chill on his chair and give some coaching advice from the dugout. Some players really do benefit from the impact player rule, don't they? Some have a little hit, have a bowl and then chill, and then the batter comes on, or in this case, the batter goes off and the bowler comes on. Nicely bowled. He's bowled very steadily, hasn't bowled any freebies, as leg spinners do occasionally offer up a couple of bad deliveries.
Also bowling with a good pace as well. Or keep it in line. Just stump to stumps, not letting the batter extend the arms or even move the feet.
Oh, that's a great effort. Unfortunately, he couldn't get a handle on it.
Good effort.
As you say, though, he just rolls it out. He's not a big turner of it, so he's quite accurate. His pace is good. Having another look. This is a good view of the diving effort. Oh, unfortunately, he just got a little fingertip on it. Unable to start, but great commitment from Junaid. Fighting for every run out there like it's gold. Worked away, nicely timed, but this partnership was just going along quite slowly, to be honest, and now they've kicked on nicely. Last over, huge over, 2 sixes in it as well.
They'll still need a couple of overs to pace up the target.
So 6 singles brings the 13th over to an end. 89 for 3.
Bell, enjoy the rest of your day.
Good morning. in this beautiful day in Florida. Grace Ballinger, Marie Kelly here with you. Back for another day of cricket in the US Premier League at the Broward County Stadium, Florida. Looks set to be a great day of cricket. We've got some good clashes in the table today. It's 1v2, 3v4 and 5v6 how it's worked out. There should all be some tight games. We've got an impact player as well. Now just being signalled. The Junaid Siddiqui's out. Asad Malik coming in to replace him. Will he get involved straight away?
Looks like there might be some difficulty with the ball here. It may have been misshapen, hit one of the advertising boards, one of those boundaries, but it's been approved by the umpire and we are set to begin. Impact sub coming in and bowling immediately here.
Lovely.
Asad Takuma straight away on the money, but dropped into the covers for a single. That's a good start. I always think I'd find it really difficult being an impact player, just being off the pitch and then suddenly coming in straight away. It must be extra pressure to be on the mark straight away. But he's done the job so far. First ball incredibly accurate.
Attempted sweep and there's a big appeal, but the umpire shakes his head straight away. Yeah, I'd have to agree with you, Marie. It's something that's coming in more and more into franchise cricket. Let's just have a quick look at this replay. Yeah, he's got a bit of genuine turn there. I think it might have just got a bit of glove which prevented the umpire's decision. The IPL, where they introduced it.
Slashed away to long off. There did Ranjane. Asad coming in straight away and doing very well here. Looking really nice, left arm spin, gets right over the top. Decent bit of turn. Number 23 as well, my playing number, so maybe a little bit of bias towards him. Hope he does well.
This one's lofted over the offside and goes all the way for 4. It clears the rope by about 20 yards there. That's a massive hit from Nishesh and it's gone all the way for 6. That's 114 tournament sixes so far at the USPL. Let's take another look at this then. Timing, sweet as you like, straight over. He stands and delivers. That could be shot of the day so far for me. Mavericks 97 for 3.
Excellent striking from Nitish Kumar, former Canadian player, now USA, T20 specialist. Current partnership, 47 not out of 35 balls as well. Good little stand from these two out in the middle. New wicket as well today. We're not sure what pass score is going to be on this wicket.
This one short and cut away sweetly, but straight to the point. Fielder cannot get past that boundary. So 8 runs so far after first over. Just starting to push the run rate up here, the Mavericks.
Just worked into the leg side again, calls for 2. Both batters pushing hard. Again, excellent piece of running. Forced a little bit of error in the field. Ball moves on to 99 for 3 off 14. So if the Mavericks continue at their current rate, they'll be looking to get 140. But if they establish a base, establish this partnership even more, lay the foundations, I'm sure they'll be keen to get up to the 160, 170 mark. Going to have Shadley Van from the northern end returning to the crease.
On the money straight away. It's an outside edge, but they will get a single. How good has this bowler been this tournament? He's taken wickets and he's been economical in every game here for the California Golden Eagles. He's got to be one of the ones to watch from the tournament so far for me. in and into the mid-wicket vacant gap for one.
And I think that is going to be the hardest name to pronounce on commentary. Shulkwake apparently is the correct pronunciation. There's a lot of consonants in that last name.
And let's have a look at this then. Best economy rate so far in the USPL. Minimum 10 overs bowled. Not surprising to see the Golden Eagle seamer sitting in second here. Only one baseman at the moment, Raj Nanan from the Carolina Eagles.
Oh, we've had a ramp shot. Will it go all the way? It has done. That's another maximum, and it's nearly hit Manali down there. She could have caught it. She could have had a go. We've not seen many ramp shots, have we, Grace?
We haven't, no, and that's sweetly timed. It goes inside the line of it, and it is bound for a long way. Nearly hits poor Manali there, who's just trying to watch a bit of cricket in the sun. Let's have a look. Oh, she's not paying attention and nearly taken her out, poor Manali. She'll have to be a bit more watchful next time. Partnership moves to 57 off 40 balls.
That was way closer than it looked initially. glad she's safe and okay down there.
Again, stump line, only a single taken. I think that's what the seamers need to do here on these wickets at the Broadwood County Stadium. And once again, we're having another look at poor Manali here. It's only about a yard in it. Could have had a square on the chops there, Manali. She's laughed it off though. Alan, they're having a good time, I'm sure.
That split them right in the middle, didn't it? He's giving a little wave now. Come on, Manali, give us a wave.
Ulwick back for length and turned into the onside. Should only be a single. It is a good over so far. Just that inventive boundary preventing it from being economical.
Skulkvake, I've been informed of John Kent, the Safa commentator with us. He's helped me out with the pronunciation. Skulkvake.
Movement around the crease and a slower delivery full from Shulkwake. I think that's how you say it. I'm struggling with it, unfortunately. Apologies to him. John's looking at me disapprovingly. I think it's wrong. End of the over. Mavericks 110 for 3. Assad then in for another over from the pavilion end. This cut away cleanly. There is protection out there, will just be one. And now we're going to pass down to Manali. She's recovered from that shock and she's there with Junaid.
We've got Junaid Siddiqui here from the Golden Eagles. Junaid, your fellow Canadian. Tell me, how are you feeling? How are you finding this tournament, USPL season number 3?
I think this is my second year, and I've been saying to everybody, this is one of the best I have played in US. Management-wise, everything, how the whole tournament is going is just phenomenal. I hope they just carry on doing this best job what they're doing right now.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of growth in cricket in terms of North America. What is your take on the growth of cricket in North America, both Canada and the USA, and the importance of tournaments such as these?
It's huge. I think we can't ignore the fact that these tournaments are the reason that a lot of cricketers are grown. Past World Cup that we just played, North America did really well, Canada and US. So I think you can see the results. I think this has been going on for 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and we can see the results.
And your team doing really well in the tournament so far. I know you want to come up with a win today. Where do you anticipate if you win today? What's the sort of plan going into the latter bit of the tournament? You want to try and get into that final again?
Absolutely. The goal is, of course, to get it to finals and, of course, win it for the team. But the teams are well balanced, so we're taking game by game, and we really want to win this game. So that puts us back to top 2. And, of course, in this tournament, you want to be top 2 team. So you have 2 chances. We don't want to use it, but then, yes.
Absolutely, you've got the backup. You know, you personally play a lot of franchise cricket.
Yes.
You've come up the ranks. Very difficult to do from an associate country, but you've been successful at it. What does it mean from a player's perspective in franchise cricket when you're coming into team setup? You've barely spent a couple of days with the guys. How do you bond? What is it that works to gel a team together in a short amount of time?
I think you work hard, you are a good player. You just have to make sure that you're humble enough to get into any system and try to be part of that system. That's the easiest way of getting in, and try to find your spot and your role in the team and do it the best way you can. And if you're not able to, make sure that you're making sure the other guys are performing.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us, and good luck for the rest of the game.
Thank you, Manali.
Back to you guys at comms.
The score is 120 for 3 after 16.
120 for 3. No, I have a lot of static in my ear. Sorry, I can't actually hear anything that you or Meghna were saying.
The Skulk Gate back in. Nitish has gone big, it's gone high, there's a fielder under it, and it's taken! Kumar must depart. That stayed up in the air for a very long time. And another wicket for Skulkvik to add to his tally for the tournament. Nitish Kumar couldn't quite get under it. We've seen so many catches towards that longer side boundary. Have a look at it again here. Looks like he's rolled his fingers down it, didn't quite get all of it. Yeah, safe catch in the end as well. He breathes a sigh of relief at cow corner. A well-made 38 off 29 for Kumar. Score is 120 for 4.
Right then, what do we have here? Could have been a pivotal point there in the innings for the Mavericks. Just building a partnership, but it will be Nayak that has to come in and rebuild with Ranjani. He's going nicely, his 33 not out. His partner Kumar departed for 38. Let's see what Shadley Van has for us here then. Been in the wickets consistently here. One to watch for the tournament.
Nicely, bahut ala.
Starts aggressively to the left-handed Sujit. He drops it into the offside. We'll have another look at the wicket. Decent base from Kumar. Shadley waiting. It went up a long way. We all had to wait for a long time. Breathing a sigh of relief. It looked like he struggled a little bit.
That's pulled away, hasn't quite got hold of it, but it's pretty vacant out there. The square leg fielder gets round 2 runs then. If he got hold of that, there's a big gap there between long on and square leg where there's potential for a boundary for the left-hander.
So looking at the tally now, so Shadley Van Skolkwek has equalled Esanadil, at 8 wickets. Jake Ball up there as well with 8. Junaid Siddiqui also of the California Golden Eagles up there at 5.
That's just played into the onside. Happy to take a single there, the new batsman. Yeah, joint top wicket taker and second most economical. What a start that is for Shadley Van in this tournament.
So 2 informed batters at the crease together here. Ranjana and Sujit, 96 runs together yesterday, helping the Mavericks over the line.
Pulled away into the onside. Calls of 2 from the batsman. It will be a tough call, but a poor throw really, just not enough on it. 2 runs taken comfortably in the end.
So Sujit's highlights from yesterday. Brilliant 70 not out of 47 balls versus the New York Cowboys, helping his team to victory over Cowboys yesterday.
Turned into the onside, happy to take a single and bring himself back onto strike for the end of the over. Ranjani, end of the 17th, Mavericks 126 for 4. Kami LaRue then, the left arm seamer, going to be closing it out here from the pavilion end. Over the wicket, it looks like. Interesting there from Kami LaRue. We often see left arm seamers coming round the wicket at the death. To a right-hander. He's bowled 2 overs so far. No wickets just yet, 19 runs. What's he got for us here?
And he starts straight down the leg side, and it will be a wide ball to start with. Not quite finding his rhythm there. Looked a little bit slower than yesterday. He's had some decent pace in the tournament. Bowled well so far. But starting off with a wide in this over.
Yeah, just strayed a little bit there, didn't he, Kami LaRue? You can see what he's trying to do. He's got 4 fielders out on the leg side boundary, but just got 2 straight on him there. And that's better on the stumps, and a quick single taken to cover there. They're happy with just singles here, the Golden Eagles, just trying to restrict the boundaries.
Yeah, you often see that extra cover fielder might be a little bit tighter towards the start of the innings, and then now you're kind of happy to sit back a little bit. You want to try and prevent the 4s, maybe try and encourage being caught on the ring. Fielders trying to go over the circle. So happy to take a single rather than the boundary at this stage. Boundaries are so key in T20 cricket. So if they continue as they are now, they'll reach 149. But I'm sure they'll be looking to get closer to the 160 mark.
They're in there, and slower ball, Yorker length, and cannot do anything with that. He just has to dig it out and prevent it from clattering the stumps. An excellent death delivery there from Kami LaRue.
Man of the match yesterday, Sujit, with the excellent 70 not out of 47 deliveries. He'll be looking to rectify that again today, replicate it, sorry, and help his team to another victory.
Again, slow and outside off. Gutsy bowling there from LaRue. He gave him the space to play through the shot, but a play and a miss there from Sujit. He's not just quite picking up the variations at the moment. And let's have a look at this then. Kami LaRue, the South African overseas. Most dot balls bowled here, 38 dot balls, and that is invaluable, especially for a power play bowler.
And that's just pushed out onto the offside for a single. I think he's almost double bluffing here. He's got the field set up for a leg side delivery, and then he saw when Sujit gave himself room, he kind of double bluffed and went outside off and followed it up again with another offside delivery. So keeping the batters on their toes. Obviously a clever bowler, like you say, 38 dot balls in the competition so far. So he's clearly got a decent amount of skill, probably a good thinking cricketer to create some dot balls. That's a huge helping hand to the California Golden Eagles.
Just 3 runs then from this over. He wants to close this out without a boundary here, Kami LaRue.
And a good Yorker again from LaRue. Ranjane can't quite dig it out. They try to come back for a 2, but will have to settle for the single. So excellent over here from Kami LaRue. Good death bowling on show. I always find that 17th and 18th over of a T20 are pretty critical. They kind of set up that last death phase. And if you can really restrict here, it puts a lot of pressure on the last couple of overs.
In again and executes on the Yorker there. It's slightly too full, but he's got his field set for that, and it will be just the 2. So a boundaryless over, absolutely fantastic at this stage of the game from the bowler. Mavericks 132 for 4.
Having a look on screen there, Paul Nixon and John Kent, our co-commentators, having a word with the groundsman. The groundsmen have been so lovely to us all out here, incredibly accommodating. They've produced some fantastic pictures so far. They cooked us up some jerk chicken yesterday as well. Absolute legends out there, really looking after us here. It's very nice when we go on our laps, we have a nice little catch up with them all. Awesome team, awesome staff that you've got here at the Broward County Stadium. The Madassa to continue from the north end.
In, and I think there's a signal for dead ball there from the umpire. Not too sure what's going on there, and he's frustrated here, the bowler. He's bowled a good delivery. It would have gone for just 1, but he's going to have to bowl it again. Not too sure what's occurring here. Have to see what the umpire is signalling. Frustration then for the California Golden Eagles. Not too sure what the reasoning was, but I'm sure the umpire has his reason. And just to add salt to the wound, the next delivery is straying down leg side, and I thought it had gone for 4, but it looks like the left arm seamer down at fine leg has stopped that one with his foot. I've not seen that one since under 15 cricket, in honesty, but it was effective from the South African overseas. Casual as you like. Let's have a look at this.
Now, I can't work out here if Kamilaroo has meant to stop that with his foot or if he's just accidentally run past it, but I think that shows that if he stopped it with his foot, he probably could have put a dive in and got there. There's some tired bodies out there. It's much hotter out there today, isn't it? So maybe after he's just bowled as well, the last thing you want to do is chase the ball.
Great line. Flicked into the onside, picked up. They look to run a quick 2, and they do. Just feel that they need to try and restrict the 2s here. It's a big boundary out there. Maybe get 5-10 yards off the rope because they're rotating the strike easier. It brings Ranjani, the danger man, back onto strike.
Yeah, Sujit's been a bit quiet at the non-strikers as well, just 6 from 7. Bit of a contrast from yesterday's batting masterclass. Ranjani being the one to be the aggressor here. Madassa in again.
Hit straight, not convincingly, but will be a single.
Yeah, just flicked into the leg side from Ranjani. He's very good at that. We've seen him do it quite a lot when that ball's straight and there's a vacant leg side. He's able to aim straight to start with and then just use his bottom hand to flick it round to the leg side, working for a single. The fielders all changing round for left-handed batter Sujit to come on strike. And if they keep going the way they are, the Mavericks we're looking to get 148, 150 as their projected score. And obviously this is a new wicket today, so we're not sure what par score is yet. But you'd say around 150, 160. You should be in the game there. Bit of a change of field. We've got a deep backward point and a deep cover as well. Long on, square leggers coming into the ring. Deep cow corner and a long off as well. So a bit of a split field.
Ball, and it's hit straight back at him. He must be fortunate there to not have been hit, the bowler, but that's excellent field now on the deep. A diving stop prevents a boundary. get back for two here, and that was very close to the bowler. We're really glad he hasn't been hit there. That could have been nasty.
Oh my word, that was very, very close. He's done a somersault almost to get out of the way of that. That was struck back at him with some power from Sujit. We saw his power game yesterday. He's a strong, aggressive batter. We're checking the no ball. It will be a front foot no ball, I believe. Or having another look there. No, that should be okay. Oh, it is. It has been given a no ball. So that will be a free hit to add in towards the injury. Nearly got smashed on the head. And now it will be a free hit.
Good delivery there for the free hit. Wide Yorker. Batsman can do little except just punch it into the offside for a single.
Current partnership today, 21 off 17. Saw a fantastic partnership with these two yesterday, 96 runs between them. Excellent, a crucial partnership for the Mavericks. Let's have a look now at the standings. Like I said earlier, Eagles v Titans 1 and 2. These two 3 and 4.
And that's pulled away. It looks like it's gone a long way. The fielder is under at cow corner, but it goes over his head for 6. That's a big shot there. This over is starting to become expensive. It's a massive turning point in the game for the Mavericks. You feel they win this game and they're confident they could be safe for qualification in the top 4. Let's have a look at this then. Timed sweetly. Out towards that big boundary, clears the rope convincingly. Fielder has no chance there. What a shot that was. Mavericks 3 shy of 150 now.
Yeah, it'd been a while since the boundary had come, so they'll be incredibly grateful for that one.
That's a good bit of death bowling there. A Yorker batsman gives himself room, carves it away. He's got protection out there, so just a single to end the 19th. Mavericks 148 for 4.
I think we're going to have another look here at a no ball, checking how wide the back foot went on the crease. We saw this given yesterday. We had a wide back foot no ball yesterday.
Fair delivery. Play on, guys. That's the
They've been given the all clear. That does complete the over. 148 for 4 off 19.
Have a look here. Getting wide on it, and it's been given safe in the end. Just looking to angle in there, the left armour. Angling into the batsman wide from the crease. Seen often going left arm round the wicket.
Oh, I have Carmela to continue from the pavilion end. Back in economy of 8.33 so far. We're looking to close out well here.
That's a poor start from Carmela. He's just got too straight. It doesn't quite get to the rope. It's just 2 runs. Questioning here, you can see it's clear what he's trying to do to the right-hander, Ranjani. He's got 4 out on the leg side. He's trying to bowl straight at him, but I just wonder, Marie, why is he not coming round the wicket and angling in with the advantage as a left armour?
Maybe you need to go and have a little chat with Carmela, give him some tips. Say what you would do in the death.
And that's straight again. It's been muscled over cow corner and it's gone all the way for 6, and it will be another half century for Ranjani. It's such a brilliant half century again. He's doing well for his team. 56 off 35 deliveries, striking at 126 in this competition.
Have another look at the shot here to bring up his 56, not out. Excellent striking.
And when it's not your day of fortune for a bowler, it's not your day of fortune. I've seen that so many times myself. He's taken it well, Carmela. He's been edged and it's just raced away for 4. He's got absolutely no protection out there, and it's a batter's game, isn't it, Marie? No luck for bowlers these days.
Absolutely not. He's earned that look. He earns the right to do that. I think it's different with us, Grace, where we're only allowed 4 fielders out in women's cricket. That's potentially where they're coming round. Helps a bit more.
Great Yorker, well executed, and dugout. Bit of frustration, I think, on show from Kami LaRue. He's bowled better than his figures have suggested. And look at this, another great partnership from the Maryland Mavericks. 40 not out of 23 balls, mainly Ranjani holding the fort down, but what an effort this has been. Partnership so important in short format cricket.
Excellent ramp shot there from Ranjani, looking to come back for two, and he slips. He won't be able to make it back for the two. Good bit of fielding, running on the move, crossbody throw to prevent the second being taken. Good shot from Ranjani as well. Look at this flick shot. Followed him well, did Kami LaRue. He saw him go early and he did follow him. But I think, to be fair to the California Golden Eagles, they are creating a lot of dot balls when you've got two established batters at the crease. So only 4 down. I think they have managed to restrict them here to 161 so far. Last ball. What can the Mavericks finish on? Can they get a maximum? The last ball of this innings. Sujit on strike. We saw a big power game yesterday.
And the bowler's got his head in his hands. He's sure there was a nick on that for the left-hander, but the umpire hears nothing and gives it a wide. The final ball of the innings will have to be bowled again, and South African overseas isn't looking too happy there. He's frustrated. Gone for nearly 40 here off his 4 overs. He's actually bowled quite well, but it just hasn't been his fortune. And oh, there was a noise there, I think.
Monank, skipper, not happy there either. Head in hands. We'll repeat the final ball again then. That will be a wide again from Kami LaRue. Giving them an extra 2 runs. Yeah, you can obviously see what he's trying to do. Trying to nail that wide Yorker. You're a wide Yorker specialist, aren't you, Grace, at the death?
Yeah, thank you, Maurice. Suppose I am. I've bowled my fair few wide ones as well. It's very hard to get right, the wide Yorker plan. And he executes the Yorker well there, Kami LaRue. I've got to feel for him a bit. He's bowled well, he's had a bit of bad luck, and he's had a fumble in the last ball just to add salt to the wound once again. End of the innings then. Maryland Mavericks post 165 for 4. Ranjani again holding the fort with an unbeaten 61.
Yeah, will it be enough? 165 for 4. I always feel when you're 4 down, have you left a little bit out there? Sujit just going at a run a ball almost. Maybe we could have seen him attacking a little bit more. But like we said before, different pitch today. Looks like it's played well. Will 165 be enough for the Maryland Mavericks?
Captain Manak Patel looking disappointed there as he walks off. He's got a job to do with the bat for his team, and let's take a look at this. Some decent contributions all around from the Maryland Mavericks batters. Dwayne Smith with a decent 23 up top, and Nitesh Kumar with a great 38 in the middle overs. But once again, it's Ranjani, 61 not out, and Sujit there with him at the end. 165 for 4 then the Mavericks. Will it be enough?
And some key partnerships as well in today's game. Ranjane again with Sujit, 45, but that key partnership in the middle with Ranjane and Nitish Kumar, 70 off 50 deliveries. It's clearly a strategy of the Mavericks of how important those partnerships are. We saw it yesterday, we saw it today, but will 165 be enough for them?
And let's take a look at how the bowlers have gone. Kami LaRue opening up. He's been expensive there. He's gone for 42 off his 4 overs. Their other left-arm seamer, he's gone at 8.3 and over, also wicketless. Once again, it's Skulk Bake who's been the pick of the seamers for me. 4 overs, 2 wickets, 26 runs, and also the sub-fielder making a big impact, taking 1 wicket and going for just 22 runs. Just the 4 wickets taken for the California Golden Eagles. They've got a job to do with the bat here. Now, once again, we'll throw it down to Manali pitch side. Who have you got with you there, Manali?
We've got Nitish Kumar here with the Maryland Mavericks. Different conditions today, different track. Tell us what this track's doing.
I think it was a bit sticky. Obviously, a 9 a.m. starts really early for a T20. But we thought it would have got a little bit better throughout, but I thought it was still pretty sticky at the end there when we were trying to hit a little bit. But we're hoping that stays throughout our bowling innings too, to give us a bit of help, because there's a lot of natural variation on the pitch there if you just hit your areas.
Yeah, 38 on the board for you today. You've gotten a few runs here and there. Is there a reason why the batters aren't able to capitalize and get some bigger totals for the Mavericks?
I'm not too sure. I think the conditions today were quite tough. I don't really think it was maybe a 180 wicket, but obviously we got this batting first is probably tougher at 9 o'clock. In terms of myself, I think I've been stuck in the 30s, 40s all year, so I can't really talk about anyone else.
You got to try and get out of that groove. The skipper, however, Ranjana, he's been in good form. 2 decent innings from him. Is there any comfort in knowing that the captain is in good form and he's leading well from the top?
Yeah, always, and especially coming in where he bats at 5, I think that's a crucial position, especially with us having 9 a.m. games. You know, it's going to be tough for the guys up top. It's just the nature of the game, so it's nice to see him doing well.
I know you've already mentioned the conditions and hoping that they last for you. In terms of your bowling, you're coming out to defend 166. What is your target, and who are you targeting specific in terms of batters on the other side?
I just think for us, I think if the wicket's still the way it played in the first innings, there's enough in it. You just got to hit your areas. It's one of those wickets where if you keep it pretty simple, I think the wicket has enough variation in it. I feel like the only time like we also got off was when it was pretty loose, pretty full. So we try to stay away from there. But it's always tough chasing. We're just hoping that it stays tacky for the rest of the 20.
Last question. Defendable?
Yeah, anything's defendable.
Thank you so much, and we're going to go back to you guys in comms.
So then, the California Golden Eagles needing 166 runs to steer them towards their 3rd victory of this campaign. Join us after this quick break for the California Golden Eagles chase.
Welcome back to Match 9, US Premier League 2024, live from the Broward County Stadium in Florida. Maryland Mavericks, they have batted first, and they're taking on the California Golden Eagles. Some of the highlights from that first innings. Dwayne Smith got us underway with some good stroke play, and Scott as well. Really played some wonderful shots and had a bit of flair about him, didn't he? Some big shots. He's not scared to go aerial. But saying that, he went one too many times and got well caught by Shubman Gill. It's a really interesting power play where there's a bit of cat and mouse going on. But that was some really good bowling. Caught and bowled Siddiqui. Well done, lovely little celebration as well. Dwayne Smith, we're seeing moments of his class, but it wasn't to last very long. He was dismissed for 23, caught in the deep as well. That was probably the pick of the shots we saw today over extra cover, and they really staged a fight back in this middle order. Goodness me, they loved that extra cover area, didn't they? Some inventiveness as well along the way. And the skipper, Ranjani, he was absolutely brilliant. He ended up on 78 or 41 deliveries. That was the end of Kumar, caught in the deep for 21. But there were some big hits, and there's Manak Patel, he's the skipper. But that's what the Eagles have to now chase. 166 to win. This is a big game. Whoever wins this finishes top of the log. We'll see you after the break for the chase. Welcome back, match 9. It's going to be continuing. The run chase is coming up. The Golden Eagles, can they chase 166 to win and go top of the log against the Maryland Mavericks? Match 9. We're in for a real cracker here. Just over 8 to the over required. Mavericks, they've put in some good performances, and the skipper himself, Ranjani, he lit it up in that first innings with a wonderful knock of 78 or 41 with 7 sixes. That was outstanding. Paul Nixon next to me. Thoughts on that first innings and what's to come for us?
Good morning, John. Well, I think it was a great toss to win, a fantastic toss to win. A little bit of nibble, and actually to come back 165. I thought like 170 was about par, and after the start they had in the power play, which didn't probably go as well as they'd liked, absolutely magnificent innings. 78 or 41, 190 strike rate was just the cream of the crop.
The men march out to the centre, the opening pair, but a really power-packed top order to the Golden Eagles. Really good side, and as we mentioned before, this is one of the biggest games so far in this round-robin stage. Whoever wins this shoots to the top of the log. There's a number of teams on 4 points at the moment, and they'll get up to the top, and then the pressure's all on the other teams from there on out.
It sure is. I think also there's an impact player here, John. I think Smith's out and Christopher Lamont has come in. I remember Christopher Lamont from Jamaica, ball left arm spin. He bowled a little bit yesterday, just give it a little bit too much flight, so he'll be learning well. Ukmuk Chand, super positive player, 134 strike rate, super experienced. Just love watching these two bat together. They're so positive, so energetic, run well. Noman Anwar, 131 strike rate as well. In a good place, best of 64, full of beans. But they've got to be on the money. Eshan Adil, the best in the competition so far, leading wicket taker, high class bowler, tall action, gets in close, tries to swing it early as we saw yesterday from the pavilion end, gets bounce, good accuracy, good alignment. He'll be desperate to get one of these two, a couple of big scalps. The big bowlers want to get the big batsmen, don't they? That's what it's about.
Especially with Norman here up front. He, for me, is one of the most dangerous players in the tournament. Dwayne Smith out, and as you mentioned, Christopher Lamont, he's stepped in. Dwayne Smith's going to put the toes up in the dugout after his tough innings of 23 of 26. He can have a breather, but he forms part of almost the coaching setup, which is quite a nice feather to have, or an extra string to your bow to assist his side. On the side they've got Broom as well, who is a coach of the side, so he pulls the strings, the bowling changes. But as you mentioned, Ehsan has been really for us upstairs here in the commentary box, the pick of the fast bowlers in this tournament. Jake Ball, he's also got 8 wickets. He's also up there in the top wicket takers, and he normally strikes with this new ball, and that's where the side has been so good.
I do like seeing this. Eshan has just bowled a couple of balls to mid-on, getting himself loose. I like to see that from bowlers. Just focus on their action, a couple of key things as we get underway, second innings.
Oh, so good. Oh, that's a bit of a loosener. He's taken a little skip. He's limping. The fast bowler, Ehsan, that's worrying. But having a look down, this is the new wicket. We've been on the other pitch for a couple of days. That's got plenty of matches, but this is fresh. It's looking really good. And getting first use of it will be really good for some of these top order batters. Get in and make it count.
Yeah, it looks a lovely surface, doesn't it? I think it'll be at its best in the second game. I think this first game, still a little tiny bit of moisture. Eshan getting in nice and close, just for any bowlers watching, starting off his innings, getting stump to stump. Very little can go wrong from there. Then the more it swings, the more you can start to go more mid-crease and wider. Slip in, great to see.
Oh, what a beauty. His first ball was excellent as well, drawing the batsman forward, hitting the splash, and he is struggling, there's no doubt about it, but considering he's hurting a little bit, this was a jaffa.
Oh, you're just happy as a batter that you're not nicked that ball. You've just the right length, isn't it? You can't drive that. That's a big ask to drive that on the up. As a big man, the fortunate thing, being 6'5", 6'6", you can go a fraction fuller because people don't lunge at you. There's not many Ricky Pontins out there, is there, in the world, who get that big lunge and drive and front striding. So Eshan, that ball's feeling part of his body right now.
Big shot down the ground, and he's managed to get it back past the bowler and mid-off, who is quite wide. And Norman, he wanted to have a go at that previous ball and checked his shot, got beaten, but this time he only knows one way.
Very clever batting, very good experience. I think also mid-off, you mentioned that there, John. I think he's fractionally too wide mid-off, because if you're looking, yeah, cover and mid-off are very wide, where when a bowler's looking to bowl straight, the batsman's going to look to play back straight. So you want the batsman to try and hit it through the offside. I think he's just struggling. Oh, here we go. It looks like a no ball. Yes, he is. He's just over, is he? Yeah, free hit. No man, perfect. Just hit a 4. Can he do it again?
A field's got to stay the same, so the bowler under some big pressure now. Oh, I tell you, he started so well. Boundary, no ball, and now Norman is going to pin the ears back for this one, no doubt. Bang! Over extra cover. This man is a special player for me. One to look out for. Dominates in the power play.
He'll be disappointed. That lovely shot. Got the 1-2 movement in early, got his base set and let his hands do the work. So important when anybody has any pre-ball movements, getting those ready positions, that you finish your movement just before the bowler lands with his front foot, which is exactly what Numan did there. He got his base set, and then he can go again from there. Eshan be a little bit disappointed with that delivery. It was a nothing delivery from him. I was expecting a wide Yorker or a straight Yorker or a hard, really hard length, sort of belly button height. Just allowed Numan to use those quality hands of his. It's a good comeback, no width, nice and tight. Exactly the keeper talked about there. Good lines here. Have a look at his action. Smooth, head still, nice high gather. Finishes off right through, wrist behind the ball. That one looked a little bit like it was a bit more liquid, but he's gingerly, yeah, he's feeling that front foot, the toes, his boots strapped up. Whether it's something in his toes he's feeling there, doesn't seem happy. Change of field with one man, it's going to drop out on the leg side. Deep point has come up, so all the ring on the offside are up in the circle. Has to be interesting to see if he goes a little bit wide angles in here.
Nudged on the onside, so really good batting here. Norman has set the tone early for the batting side and putting the best bowler in the competition under pressure, so that's a big blow for the Mavericks. And Mukti comes on to strike for the first time in the innings. These are the men who are the best with the ball in hand. Sun, Adil, 8. Mavericks really good. Having a look down, Shadley, he's up top as well now. It's just Jake Ball and Adil. Now Shadley van Skalkwyk, he's moving his way up the table. Siddiqui, he's also there with 5. Krishnamurti as well, he's having a good tournament. Beautiful punch off the back foot. That is a classy stroke of the highest order. It's a good way to finish the over. It's a big one, 14 off the first.
Yes, end of the over. I want you to go off.
So that's a big blow for the Mavericks.
Yeah, we got you. They're coming.
Golden Eagles have come out well, and the man who's just entered the fray is going to be utilized immediately. So Christopher Lamont, his slow left arm is Dwayne Smith. He's departed. And an impact player, can he make an instant impact? So having a look at what this field they've got at the moment. The offside field on the left of screen is all up. What they do have is his deep square leg and a long on. So, let's see if he gets a bit of turn here. With this new ball, it generally just skids on.
Come lads, everyone together, boys! Wanna go?
Yes, ma'am. Park superintendent.
Left arm, come around. Oh.
However you want to say it. Yeah. It's Broward County Parks and Recreation, but you could just say Broward. Yeah, Broward County Parks superintendent.
Sorry, what did you say?
Hold on there.
Good start from Christopher Lamont. On the money, ball into his field outside off stump.
Keep talking, guys. Keep
Got to
walking,
keep mixing his
lads.
pace.
One
Good
good
action.
effort,
Gets not big revs on, but sufficient revs on this ball.
Oh, he's top
Straight up in
edge.
it.
Top edge, high, fielder under it. Well done. Ehsan, he's the man under the ball, and we said he'd make an impact, and that's been instant impact from Lamont. Well done to him. Good delivery, and that is a huge wicket.
Absolutely delighted for Christopher Lamont. The batsman just gave himself a bit of room there for the sweep. He followed him nicely. He's got a nice long action. Absolute no doubt there. Nice and easy in the breadbasket. Very happy. Christopher delighted. He's not showing much. He's as passionate about cricket and as desperate to do well as anybody will ever know. Golden Eagles 14 for 1.
Next stump. Left arm.
Lamont, I really enjoyed. You got to be careful as a bowler sometimes. Though. When that ball got top edged, it went up in the air, and he was celebrating already. As Manik Patel, he enters the fray, the captain at number 3 in the batting order.
Catch it!
Oh, catch it! Oh, it's just looped over extra cover, and Lamont, he started exceptionally well here.
Keep walking, lads.
Interesting, Monarch. He was batting on leg stump, which is a good thing. Oh, he's just having a quick look at the wicket. Wasn't quite sure where the ball went. Top edge, bit of bounce. No mistake. Too easy, that catch.
Flicked away, and that's a bit too quick and a bit leg side, so a bit wayward there from Lamont. He's getting a bit excited. He's trying to take on the stumps. Just keep it simple, I think, at this point for Lamont.
Yeah, I think he was worried that the batsman's target him to lift him over that extra cover area from the previous ball. That was the
One good effort here, boys.
one that just pushed a little bit too leg side, but a little bit of help yourself. A bit of buffet ball in there down leg side. He'll come back desperate to ball middle stump, middle off line.
Not on there.
Worked on the onside, so Monank has got off to a good start. 2 and a 4 early doors. You want to make an impact here. He's been a little bit quiet so far in the tournament, and he's a big player. USA skipper and keeper. He's a classy player. Bat just turning in his hand, but he's being positive. It's good intent from him. So eventful over, a wicket, and 7 runs come off. A 21 for 1. Once again, really spoilt with the views brought to us. Drone operator. Another change, bowling change. So just the 1 over for Ehsan, which is must be having trouble with his front foot, and he's going to be pulled out the attack. Ugaka comes into the fray, is best for 2 for 20. That was his first game where he was exceptionally good hitting the stumps. Very direct wicket to wicket type of bowler. And he's a youngster still. And they'll look to try and make a big impression here against the national captain. Punched. So it's time to have a look around the ground. We're going to join Manali. She's with someone special.
We're here with Trevor Fell. He is the superintendent with the Broward County Parks and Recreation. Thank you so much for joining us. You've obviously had a big part in this facility and multiple ones. Tell us how important it is to have the likes of you involved in cricket.
Well, I don't know how important I am per se, but because I've got some history with cricket, you know, going back to 2003 here with our division, I was here boots on the ground for the World Cup event that we had earlier this year. So I spent about 7 months here at Broward County Stadium getting it ready for cricket.
Now, you've seen the sport grow over the years. What does that mean from a Parks and Rec perspective? Where's the infrastructure coming in? Where's it going to grow?
Well, to me, it's very important because, again, I've seen the sport grow from where we started at Brian Piccolo Park down the street to now here at Broward County Stadium. And just to put in all the time and the effort and to build the infrastructure and just logistically to see everything come together and build a world-class pitch that international matches, World Cup matches can happen on, it's exciting for me and it's exciting to see where the sport can go.
For you personally, it's not a native sport growing up.
No.
How was it getting the lingo and the understanding of the sport?
You know, that took some time up, and we just had a 6 hit here go right by our feet. That's always exciting. So it wasn't a native sport for me. I've actually gone out to the nets and I've swung the bat a little bit just to see how it plays. But I like it. I like the T20 version. Again, a lot of people, the test matches, they don't have 4 or 5 days to watch that. So the T20 format really, I think, plays well. Especially, it's a little more consistent with like an NFL football match or NBA basketball.
This tournament, the USPL, obviously very important in growing this sport. We've got players from all over the world. What are your thoughts on it?
That's what I think is the neatest. It's international. So when you get people here from, you know, India, from Australia, England, Nepal, Bangladesh, it makes it the West Indies, you know, right next to us. It just makes it a very cultural, inviting, and just global sport. You already know it's global, but then when you see it here and you talk to all the different people, it just really brings it together.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what sport's known for, all the positives that come out of it. Last question for you, batter or bowler?
Batter.
For sure, right?
Yes. Yes.
But thank you so much, Trevor, for joining us. Back to you guys up at comms.
Thanks, Manali. Really wonderful to hear from Trevor Fell. Magnificent, his work that he's put in at this facility. Having a look at magnificent things. This was the last over. Manik Patel with his first boundary, and then a one-handed shot that went all the way. Very close to hitting Manali in the interview. For a second time, the ball's following her at the moment. Leg side delivery, hit him in the rib. 3 gone, 32 for 1. So 3 overs gone. The Eagles got a bit of daylight between them and the Mavericks at the same stage.
Make sure it's not the 4th umpire no next time, okay?
It's been some really interesting action here so far. Some big shots. Ehsan had a bit of an injury. Top bowler, he went for 14 off his first over. So Norman put him to the sword early on. So this is a really great start. The required rate just under 8. Lamonte's going to start his second, a wicket in his first. Nicely worked square of the wicket, and they're running hard. They do well to come back. Monank is whipping it on the onside.
Lovely shot there, the cricket shot. Just looking at the balls, John, aren't we? Just having a look at the ball here.
Yeah, we're having a look at what the teams are using out in the middle. Obviously, these white balls, they're SG. That ball's already been seen some carnage off the bat. This one over extra cover to mid-off, and he's dropped it. Unfortunately, the fielder a little bit slow off the mark, but he made his ground to the ball and he put it down.
Well balled again by Christopher Lamont. Very well balled. He followed the batsman, gave himself room. One act to try and lift over the extra cover. Just gave himself room, opened up. Bang. Straight down his throat. You've got to catch that. Didn't get the base. He kept moving. Keep your head still. Keep your eyes still. Get there as quick as you can and be ready for it.
So we're talking about what they're using out there in the middle. So at the moment they've got this SG ball. Have a closer look at it. We'll have a look at the other side as well. Seam as well, glossy. Nico, what are your thoughts on this ball? Maybe you can tell some of the viewers its history, as well as some of the history of the balls that are utilized around the world.
Sorry, most balls you have the Kookaburra ball. This is probably another version, and the ball has a much less pronounced seam on this. It's a little bit lower. Another great shot, as you see. Absolutely magnificent shot over extra cover. Stunning from unmarked. 18 of 80 he goes to. So it's got quite a gloss on the ball as well. It's got quite a, a little bit high. It's got quite a gloss on the ball, and the seam is very flat compared to a Kookaburra, and the top of the ball is a little bit flatter also. We'll try and find a Kookaburra. I wonder if the girls who've come over from England might have a Kookaburra with them. We'll try and do the difference, but it feels a little bit smaller in your hand as well, which ballers like, but it's quite slippery because of the coating on it, and it seems to be lasting that coating.
And as the innings goes on, there's a cut shot this time, and that is a wonderful stroke for 4. So back-to-back boundaries, and the Golden Eagles are ahead of the game. A wonderful way to end the over, 43 for 1. So we've been talking about the balls that are being utilised here. This SG for this tournament, a Kookaburra that's utilised in the West Indies. It's used in South Africa, Australia. So we're talking about the countries and how it varies. In England at the moment, what sort of ball are they using at the moment, Paul?
Yeah, it's all Kookaburra. Yeah,
Kookaburra as well, because that was a Dukes, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, the Dukes, the red ball, Kookaburra, the white ball. So it's a big difference for bowlers. It is a real difference. When you're used to holding something like that every single day of your life and something different, it can put a bit of doubt in you.
The wicket's quite abrasive, so what normally happens is the gloss sort of comes off that ball, and soon after that the ball is just a little bit slower, and the batting side would obviously like the ball to be as hard as possible for as long as possible, and in some games and those different types of balls, they soften differently, don't they? Some remain harder, and do you think this one remains fairly hard?
No, I think this is going a little bit grayer and a little bit softer. Once the outer gloss comes off, I'll try and get one of the used balls later and bring it up for the viewers to see, but it seems to hold the darkness of the soil on the ball a little bit more discoloured.
Having a look here, Ehsan, he's seems to have recovered his front foot. He's still limping a little bit. They need him to make some inroads here, because this is a perfect start. We saw lots of kids practicing in the nets yesterday, and a lot of youth. We talked to them after the game as well to hear. Spinner, really a lovely young player, only 17 yesterday. Utkarsh, 3 wickets from him yesterday. His debut as well in this tournament, and he's a man who's going places, and those kids, they're going places. Hopefully the nets well dressed. They've got a lot of pink going on there. Oh, a slow delivery. So that's what's happened here. He's not so much a strike bowler. He's almost gone into containment mode.
Yeah, that's good experience. You know, if there's not that much going on, it's just go to defensive mode. But grassroots development initiative by USPL is absolutely brilliant, in full force. Isn't it wonderful? They're seeing these young kids now walking around with cricket bats in their hands, not baseball bats and mitts. Boys and girls. Just seeing if he's got any autographs on that bat. I think he's got some autographs on that bat as well, which is lovely. These kids will remember this for a long time, and hopefully this inspires them and their friends to come down here and start playing cricket all around America.
That is a really good one, and he's struggling. He is in, his front foot is in some real pain. I wonder what the problem is whether his toes are jamming on the front of the boot. There are fast bowlers over the years who have fractured their front foot. Having a look as he approaches the crease.
Yeah, just looking to see if he's slipping. He's not slipping, so it must be a lot of bowlers actually cut out of their landing foot, the front foot. They generally cut a hole in the boot because their feet, when they land, the force of their foot going forward, like a javelin thrower, pushes the foot forward, and they generally just pop the big toe out at the edge.
Good ball, bit of a loose shot, but they're able to rotate the strike. Manank's hands just coming off the bat. Also talking about the juniors, we looked at the juniors walking around the ground earlier on, and what type of ball do they use? They use tennis balls. Also, they tend to move to tape balls, they move to the harder ball. But having a look at that poor front foot, it seems to be causing him so much problems.
It can be sort of 4 to 7 times your body weight going through that front foot. When you land, as you jump, you take off, you land and slam that front foot down there. It's hard work bowling, and they deserve every penny they get, because it's it can be rewarding, but it can be very hard work for them.
Oh, that's beautiful. Slow delivery. The keeper having a shine. Now they take a run for that attempted run out from the keeper. That's a bit frustrating for the bowler. He's bowled such a good delivery, and they run through for a bar. So 5 gone, 47 for 1. Stars and Stripes next to the US Premier League flag. Congratulations to the US Premier League putting together another wonderful addition to this tournament, the 3rd edition now. It's growing in stature year on year. The players out there around the world, they're dying to get involved in this tournament and get to Florida. See the US and all it's got to offer.
Change of ball in Samadri replaces Lamont. On the far end, bathed in sunshine, Browood County Stadium here in Lauderhill, Florida. Magnificent facility. Looks like Eshel's come off actually, and just going to have a little chat with the physio. Square leg back, mid on, mid off up, point back. Yeah, this chap's a little bit of a wide action, low action. Back foot drive, just stopped a little bit in the pitch. Through to extra cover for an easy wicket, just telling his partner, listen, it's a bit slower than you think, just take it easy, it's a bit slower. Let the ball come. Let the ball come into your space. So easy when you want to try and attack a bowler. The Mavericks at this stage are 34 for 1. The Eagles 48 for 1, so pulling away nicely. Required run rate 7.9. Going nicely.
Another slow delivery, so they are using a slow delivery a lot more. This innings they've learned. It seems a lot of the pace on tends to be quite a lot easier to hit, and the partnership, it's been absolute flourishing. Strokes on both sides of the wicket. Monanke started with the boundary. Good delivery, seam up and rotation good. That's really good that you're bowling your best delivery and the batters are scoring off it easily.
Let's go, lads.
Yeah, well, the Mavericks had 39 dots, and at the moment, the Golden Eagles have only had 14 dots. So it makes a difference when the ball's turning and holding, and a little bit of variable bounce. Ones just take the pressure off, keep the pressure going onto the opposition. It's just nice and simple cricket.
Oh, that's a good one. It's a Yorker, and they run through again very well. At the moment, the Eagles have hit more boundary fours already in the innings, which is quite strange. They've only batted for just under 6 overs, but saying that, the Mavericks hit 9 sixes. It's quite something in terms of the boundary count.
Yeah, Rajani was quality in the end of the innings there, helped out quite a few boundaries. Nice flurry. At the moment, the Eagles playing beautifully as a dot ball.
Keep walking, buddy.
To look at the Super Fours package so far in this innings. And early, Norman Anwar had some really good shots. That was the first over for 14, really a big over to start. And Chand also very classy strokes. He's continued to play some classy strokes. That's the power play finished, 51 for 1.
Well, and Mukchand, second in the most fours league, 17. He'll be desperate to keep adding to that now. He's got himself in perfectly nicely now. He's 15 balls. Anwar there, 13. Golden Eagles confident, going nicely. Required run rate, 8.21. Change of ball in. Bashkar's come on.
Well, that's a diving effort, a short fine leg just to keep it to a single. But Bhaskar, glad he gets his arm just beyond the vertical and angles the ball into the right-handers. And good to see the skipper just giving him a quiet word and saying, just tuck him up off stump, top of off stump, keep it simple, maybe mix it up a little bit with your pace. They're the Mavericks owners, as well as Cowboys owner to the right, just watching the progress. And the Cowboys, they really do need to get a win under their belt. They're none from 2 and they're under some big pressure. Leading edge and spoons up in the air. Bhaskar's going to need to chase this, and that's really great running. That ball is about 10 meters from the inner ring and has still got 2.
Great running, great understanding these two, haven't they? They're two super experienced cricketers. Just held again on seam up. Wasn't a slow ball, just seam up. It was the perfect place. The ball was on his follow through. The mid-on's deep. 5-10 yards in front of that 30-meter circle. Easy to.
Lovely looking stroke, punchy stroke, almost like Virat Kohli, that shot. A lovely shot through extra cover.
Lovely hands there, unmucked. He must have been so good to watch as a youngster. He was very highly rated coming through. Unfortunately for him, one thing or another, it just didn't quite happen. Come over to America and just been sublime, leading the way. Great to watch. Just bold, nice change of pace there. Can they get another 2 going for another 2? It's going to be tight. No, comfortably run. Bhaskar gutted about that actually, because he's bowling nice balls there. A couple of good balls he bowled, and all of a sudden you've gone for 4. Great running, just takes the pressure off. Look at this drone picture, wow, so high. It just shows the dimensions of the ground there. Straight, quite a bit smaller than square the wicket. 70 meters straight, 70 meters on the batsman's leg side, 75 meters to the offside, up to the big electric scoreboard.
Once again, hit a slightly airborne-ish. Bat just comes a little bit inside out on that stroke. I suppose it has a little bit to do with the head positioning in the batting, but I tell you, just punchy type of player. I really like the way they've running between the stumps, as you say. They're just running the Mavericks off their feet, really, at this early stage of the game. That's a little bit of a worrying sign for the Mavericks in terms of fielding. They need to be a lot more a lot sharper and anticipate a lot better. Nudged it for a single, and another productive over. 58 for 1.
Quick change in commentary team then. It's me, Grace Ballinger, and alongside me, Miss Marie Kelly. She'll be joining in on the commentary action soon. But for now, it will be Lamont to bowl. Eagles 58 for 1. They require 166.
Just tickled into the onside there by Unmukt. Happy to take the single down to long on. So looking like an even chase so far. Current run rate 8, required 8.3. So still neck and neck, only 1 down just after the power play. Decent start.
And turned into the onside. Happy to rotate here, the pair. They're building a decent partnership here. 46 now off just 36 delivery. Ukma notably striking at 155. Let's have a look. Look at that partnership. 18 from Monarch, 13 from Ukma. 46 not out in 36 balls.
No run there, just pushed into the leg side, into mid-wicket. For Monarch, the skipper, USA skipper too. Good player.
And this one's hit hard down the ground. Will only be 1 taken.
Asa Nadil this time not being able to get into the wickets. We've seen him bowl so well. Lamont, the only one with the breakthrough. Can he go again here?
And it's cut away into the offside. They'll look to get 2. It's a smart piece of fielding. However, the Golden Eagles pair are quick between the wickets and return safely for the second run. Good intent there from the pair. And it looks like there needs to be a change of gloves or something for the batsman. Just look at that. Time nicely, perfectly finds the gap. Cover gets round quickly, but not quick enough. Good running then from the batters.
Been good so far from Lamont. He has been expensive, but he did get the breakthrough. Oh, an appeal for LBW. Bit of bat involved maybe, but couldn't get it away for a single. The score remains 63 for 1 after 8.
Right then, looks like we're going to have Bashkar continuing after his tidy first over, just 7 from it, so below that required run rate. I think here, Marie, wickets are going to be essential for the Mavericks if they want to win this game.
Yeah, if these two get going together, this partnership could be very, very dangerous.
On the money then, just rolled his fingers down the ball nicely there, Bashkar, and they'll look for 2 again, they'll get it. This is really fantastic running here from the Carolina Golden Eagles pair. T20 cricket, you talk about boundaries, but you cannot deny how important it is to keep the intent with the running between the wickets as well.
Yeah, these two batters, 50 partnership up for Monarch and Unmukt. 51 not out, 41 balls partnership. Excellent from these two.
Turned into the onside. Little bit of shape, Marie Kelly says in my ear. She's right behind the bowler's arm so she can see what's going on. She knows all about swing bowling when she's batting, don't you, Marie?
I do. As an opener myself, I get the joys of facing plenty of swing up top. So I can appreciate it when I see it. A little bit of shape there from Basker. Tim Hadry only going for 4 off his 1 over as well, so perhaps we'll see a return from him at the other end. But Basker going well.
Oh, a genuine play and a miss there. He's found a good length there. Not sure whether to go forward or back there, the batsman, and a genuine play and miss.
A decent bit of carry there from Basker. He seemed a little bit more on the slower side in the first couple of balls, but that's really got through. Have another look at this one here. Yeah, a little bit of away shape as well. Decent bit of deliveries from here. 10 off his 1.3 overs so far. 100 now needed off 70. Required rate going up to 8.7.
Steps across and Basker clever with the bowling, takes the pace off it. That is not what the batsman wanted, and there's a chance for a run out here, but once again, the third 2 of the over then. Good running between the wickets.
Yeah, excellent batting here from Manankan and Mukchand. You can tell that they're trying to set up to go for the boundary, and then when it's not quite there due to some clever bowling from the Mavericks, instead of just accepting a dot or a single, they're really pushing hard to get 2s and keep that rate scoring nice and highly. And then if they can find a boundary along the way, which I'm sure they'll be looking to do in the next couple of overs, that'll really help the chase and push them up above that 8-9 required rate.
Short and crunched away. Has he picked the gap here? No, he hasn't. Just a single then. He's hit that hard, but not quite got the reward he wanted.
Yeah, Ryan Scott out there on the cow corner boundary. He's been fantastic in the field this tournament. Took a couple of catches in yesterday's game. He's so quick to the ball, incredibly athletic out there, doing a fantastic job for his team, the Maryland Mavericks.
Good delivery again to end the over. Clever bowling here from Bashkar. A single to end the over. Golden Eagles 70 for 1 after 9. .96 runs then required from 66 balls, notably for the Golden Eagles. It's been 30 balls since their last boundary. Maryland Mavericks then bowling to their plans, bowling well. Partnership building, but just a bit shy of boundaries here. California Golden Eagles, if they want to get ahead of the run rate.
Yeah, I'm sure both batters will be aware of that out there. They'll be feeling the pressure, I'm sure. Sujit's going to come on now from the northern end. He joins the party, coming into the attack with his left armers. And he's got him straight away. First ball, trying to drive, but a top edge. It's a backward point, and he's made an impact. First ball of his over today. You can't keep him out the game, Sujit. Good with the bat, contributing with the ball. Such a key player for the Maryland Mavericks. Have a look here at this. Decent bit of turn there. Manak giving himself room. Good catch as well. Nearly falling over, but managed to steady himself at that backward point. We're going to take a drinks break now. Manak must depart for 23. Score is 70 for 2. So if you're just joining us today, the first match of day 3 here in the Broward County Stadium in Florida. Just look at the drone footage there. Absolutely fantastic facilities here in Florida. It's both mine and Grace's first time in the US. We've got Chad Bowes coming in now to bat. Strike rate of 130 in this competition. Very accomplished player. Yeah, Grace, are you living Florida so far?
I'm loving it. It's been sunny here at the Broward County Stadium. Watchful there, driven forward in his first delivery. Shouts of catch it, but the bowler was getting a bit excited there. The space was totally vacant and Bowes gets himself off the mark immediately.
Have another look at the wicket from Sujit. First ball. Manank's gone for the big swing. He was desperate for a boundary. Good catch there too at backer point. Could feel the pressure coming. And again, driven to mid-off. Yeah, I sense that was a big wicket here. There was a big partnership building. They looked comfortable at the crease, both of them, and I feel that that wicket might have just changed the balance of the game. It was looking very favourable for the Golden Eagles at one point, but I'd say it could even be 50-50 now. Cut away easily there from Bowes. Out to the deep cover boundary, trying to enforce a 2 from Ryan Scott, but he's fielded so well all day out there. That will not get 2 for that. Yeah, you kind of feel it's in the game here, isn't it? The game's well positioned. Couple of wickets down, but they haven't managed to find the boundaries very much. This is such a key phase of the game now. The Golden Eagles are going to go to their 3rd win of this competition.
That one driven aggressively through the offside. It looks like mid-off will get round to it. He does, and he gets around quickly, and there's only 1 run there. So great fielding on the rope there from the Mavericks.
We have seen some great running intent, haven't we? They really have been shouting. You can hear them from up here. They really are running the first one hard. It's basics of the game in T20 cricket. Run the first one hard and see if you can get back for 2.
Looks to go straight again. Can't get past extra cover on that occasion. What a fantastic opening over from Sujit. He takes the vital wicket and goes for just 4 runs. End of the 10th, Golden Eagles 74 for 2.
Change? Let me write down over. No.
So now we've just seen Sujit in the action. Ranjane wants to get involved too. Can't keep these 2 out of the game for long. Working in partnerships with both bat and ball. Good experience on the field out there for the Maryland Mavericks. Ranjane with his right arm seam, right arm over into the attack.
On the money immediately then. That looks like it should just be 1. There's calls for 2, but again, excellent fielding in the boundary here from the Maryland Mavericks. 91 off 54 required.
Yeah, just keeping an eye on that run rate. Well, let's have a quick look at this. Most runs of the USPL 24. Unmuk Chan sitting in 2nd place, but Cheyenne Jahangir clearly ahead with 230. Norman Anwar for the California Golden Eagles up there too with 143. So good batting talent on show today.
Slightly back for length, not too much wrong with the ball, Nancy, but what a shot that is from Chad Bowes. Crunched away like a tracer bullet off the bat there. What a shot that was on just his 4th delivery. Golden Eagles 79 for 2. And let's have a look at this. Plays under his eyes and he's just crunched it away. Absolutely brilliant there. There's absolutely no way that point could have stopped that one. It's like watching you bat, Marie.
I was going to say, normally if I do that at point, you're like, oh, Marie, how have you not stopped that? Absolutely no chance he could have stopped that then. Gorgeous shot, and finally the pressure is eased a little bit for the Golden Eagles after that boundary.
Slightly straight and turned into the onside. Should just be 1.
Good fielding there from Ryan Scott. Monk has played particularly well so far. He's been the aggressor, the mainstay of this attack for the Golden Eagles. Let's have a look at some of his highlights so far. 39 not out previously. Look at these excellent shots. Real classical player. Very good through the offside. Excellent wrist, leaning back and cutting it through back of point. What a talent he is.
And Johnny again, and full and flicked round. Scott thought he was in for a chance for catch there, but even he, one of the most athletic fielders on show here, couldn't get to that.
Yeah, Ranjane, unfortunately, 8 off the over so far. Just keeping an eye on the required rate. Creeping up to 9s now. Current rate is 7.5. They're going to have to increase their boundary percentage, I feel.
Ball again, and it's gone up, and it looks like it should be an opportunity for a catch, and that's a brilliant catch. Sprinting forward, Nitesh had to do a full-length dive. It wasn't too close from really, and that is a brilliant catch, and what a huge moment here for the Maryland Mavericks.
The Maryland Mavericks have really deserved that. They have fielded superbly today. The pressure was mounting on the California Golden Eagles, and on Umuk Chand in particular. He got off to a great start. To be fair, the ball was there to go. He's just gone too aerial with it. Excellent catch in the end from Nitish Kumar. The ball went a long way up in the air. A well-made 39 off 29 for Umuk, but he has to depart. Score is 82 for 3.
Boys. No, let's go. Timer is running. Get timer.
Well, it brings in Shadley Van Skolkbeek to the crease. He's been the pick of the bowlers for me so far. He's the joint top wicket taker, and he's also the most economical seamer around. Let's have a look. He's struggled with the bat so far, but he's got an opportunity here to make an impression with both bat and ball for the Golden Eagles.
Ranjane getting involved with the wickets too now. 1 to his name so far. Happy to defend that one into the offside to complete the over. Score is 82 for 3 after the 11th.
मैं तो बोलता मीडिया के 2 कवर लगा इनने दे आड़ा उसको क्या बोलता तो लगा 3 कवर
Golden Eagles then needing 84 from 54 deliveries. That required rate creeping up now to 9.33 and over. Sujit returning.
That's cut away, and it will be Skolkbeek off the mark. Just the single though, out to Ryan Scott patrolling that cover boundary.
I'd like to see Ryan Scott's GPS meter. I want to see how many kilometres he's covered today. Nitish Kumar covered a lot of ground there. Take that fantastic catch, managed to hold on to it really well. It's so easy for those to pop out when you've taken it, but when your arm hits the ground, it's so easy for it to pop out. But he managed to stick on it and get the crucial wicket. Such a key phase of the game.
Sujit bowled and cut away, but can't evade the extra cover boundary.
We've just had the smell of donuts and warm coffee arrive in the commentary box. Grace with her iced coffee here.
Just a quick single taken. Yeah, cold copy for me, Marie. Boys have opted for a hot one, but we're in sunny Florida, we're in the sunshine state. I've got to be getting the iced coffee, I think.
I mean, we're used to 2 degrees back home at the minute, so, you know, we're hot in this weather. We're loving this sunshine. She's got her drink. She's happy now. She's not moody anymore.
Again, good over from Sujit. He's been so economical, bringing up that run rate for the Golden Eagles. It's gone up to nearly 10 and over now. It was sitting at around 7.5 when we started our stint, so what a change of momentum this has been.
Another dot ball for the Maryland Mavericks. Excellent bowling this from Sujit. Been the most economical so far. Simhadri as well, only 4 of his over. I wonder if we'll see him coming back into the attack. Number 23, my number sake. Come on, Sujit. Number 23, stick together.
And it's gone up, and that's another soft dismissal for Chad Bowes. And look at that celebration. They know how big of a wicket that is for the Maryland Mavericks. It's not his day-to-day Chad Bowes. He has to depart for 10. And Sujit, look at those bowling figures. 2 overs, 2 for 6. What a game changer here for the Mavericks. And let's have a look at this. Just too early on here, isn't it, Chad Bowes? And it's a regulation caught and bowled, but what a fantastic spell. Chad Bowes has to go for just 10. The Golden Eagles 84 for 4 and could be struggling here.
So the Golden Eagles falling behind slightly here. We have seen games won from this position though, so we don't want to call it too soon. We have seen some fantastic games of cricket in the US Premier League Season 3 so far. We've had some really close games, high-scoring games. We've had 3 centuries, 2 fifers. Over 115 sixes now for tournament 2. Saif Badar enters the crease. What can he do here for the California Golden Eagles? Can he get them over the line? They're going to need something special. Shulvak on strike.
And a quick single taken. Yeah, Badar just come to the crease. He's got a strike rate of 200 so far in the USPL. That's got to be one of the highest strike rates. Let's look at this wicket again. Just a soft dismissal for a player of the quality of Chad Bowes. He's chipped it straight back to the bowler. Let's see what Saif Badar does here. As I say, strike rate of 200, so we don't think he's going to hang around. Just needs to inject a bit of momentum into this Eagles innings.
But off the mark with a simple guide down to third man. Good batting from him. The Golden Eagles need something though. They need someone to put their hand up. Someone like Badar to come in and strike at 200 from the get-go. That run rate, the required rate, going up to over 10s now. Climbing up and up and up. Need to try and get slightly ahead of the rate if they can, or at least stay even until the final couple of overs. Ranjane, 1 to his name too.
Driven there by Saltbake into the vacant area on the offside for a quick single. And let's have a look at this faller wickets brought to you by Distro TV. First one just straight up a regulation catch. Next one, what an important wicket this was. Sliced away and another tidy catch. How good have the Maryland Mavericks been in the field today? And this final one, perhaps the biggest of them all, diving forward. And here we have Chad Bowes again, the softest dismissal.
Just driven down to long off there. Yeah, interesting that all four dismissals have all been caught. So we heard from Nitish Kumar in the break that he found the wicket a bit sticky when he was out there. So that's obviously, that has continued into the second innings. He was a bit concerned that it might get a bit easier for the batters after kind of coming in at 9 AM and playing early. But I think the wicket has continued to be sticky, as we've seen 4 catches now. All taken though from the Maryland Mavericks, so good effort from them. 100% strike rate for them. Taking their catches, that good old saying, catches win matches. It's so true, even whatever level you play, right at the basics to right at the elite level, you have to take your catches.
Edge then off the front foot, just a watchful start then from Saif Badar, not what we might have expected here based off his strike rate. But yeah, new wicket for today, and how important it will have been for the following teams who are playing later on today to watch how this wicket's played. As Marie said, it's sticky, a lot of balls have come in the air. It's going to be so important to play late on this wicket today.
Bowler's going to try and get there. Whipped into the leg side, down to long on for a single. That completes the 13th, score is 90 for 4.
And the winner is...
Nice over, boy. Good overs here, lads. 7 good overs here, lads.
13 overs gone, 90 for 4, and this is Manali Patel, and I'm joined alongside Kainath Imtiaz. Welcome, Kainath. How's it going? Having a good day? The sun's shining today here in Florida. What a beautiful day it is for cricket. Match number 1 on day 4.
Left arm coming over.
Looks like we're in for quite a contest here. 76 required off 42 deliveries. The Golden Eagles might be a tricky chase from here on, having lost 3 good batters in Nauman Anwar, Unmukh Chand, and Monank Patel.
5 steps, sir.
Simhardri into the attack and nearly a run out. The fielding has been good. Been on the ball. They've taken their catches. Targeted the right area as well.
So many shies. What a great weather for cricket.
Swing and a miss, and that, well, outside that off stump line, maybe. It'll be interesting to see how close that was to that line.
It's always a good idea to bowl on the wider lines. And at the moment, it's Golden Eagles at the target of 166 and 2 other games to go.
Come, Nitsi. Beauty, Nitsi. Let's go, boy.
Next up is Carolina Eagles and NJ Titans, and after that at 5 p.m. local time, Black Caps against the Cowboys. Black Caps have played 3 games during the night time.
Bowled him. That kept a little low, and he looks surprised, bothered, but that off stump has been knocked back. Another big moment, and this wicket has really dented this run chase for the California Golden Eagles. Simhardri, what a performance. Picked up his first wicket, just 6 runs on the board. This is a big moment in the game.
Absolutely. Another wicket for Mavericks. A Yorker, and completely missed it. Completely missed the line. Saif Badar goes for 4, 92 for 5.
Binakota, normally given the responsibility with the ball, now going to have to take the reins with the bat out there with Shadley Van Skalkwyk. Just the 6 runs from his 2 innings.
Left arm here.
And he's going to need a lot more than those 2 runs. 74 still required of 38, and the concern is that required run rate has now climbed to almost 12 runs and over. They're going at barely 7 runs and over here. Going to need to double that from here on. Well bowled delivery, and slightly deceiving, taking the pace off of that as well.
5 wickets already gone, your boys.
It's not going to be easy. And this is the last wicket. A swinging Yorker. Bullseye.
Nice and straight again, and the lack of pace really puts you in 2 minds. At 14 overs gone, the Eagles 92 for 5. The Black Caps, they seem to have won the lottery for the latest games. They've played all 3 games in the last time slot at 5 p.m. local time, and that might have some effect on the way they've performed. The last games in the day have definitely been the more difficult ones to get some runs on the board. Today, it's back-to-back game number 3 that they play at 5 p.m. again. Cowboys, a tough contender that they're going up against. So you think that they have their work cut out for them, and it might be another tough night for them. They're just bowling back of a length.
Well, there is a chance that the Black Caps, absolutely right, that it's a chance that they're playing this kind of cricket because of the night games. Maybe they're not getting the hold of the ball and bat during the lights. It's always difficult and different.
Yeah, I mean, they've played 2 games so far. They've both been night games. We've seen the trend continue where the scoring gets lower and lower. It's been about 100, 110 runs both of those games. It just isn't enough for the bowlers to come out and defend. And for both times that they have gone out with the bat, the second team's chased it in record time. And give a lot of confidence to your bowlers when they don't have a lot of runs to come out and defend. Ooh, swing and a miss just outside that off stump, just outside that outside edge.
Well, it's good to see some swing again. Well, this happened because of the good seam position. Pulling away from the batter.
Sure, Smova behind the stumps. Got a new pair of gloves on, bright yellow. Nearly taken by the bowler. It should have been a cotton bowled. Just pushing very hard at that ball. Binakota not waiting for the ball to come to him. And it was nearly the 6th wicket.
Absolutely. Variation. It's almost very hard for a fast bowler to get that catches. An excellent effort by Bhaskar.
Maybe a bit far on second glance. Maybe a bit harsh on the bowler there, I think. He's not Superman after all. Bit of a loosener and over-pitched and got the treatment it deserved. This time Vinakota gets a full face on it and he picks up 4 runs.
An over-pitched and a slow delivery, resulting in another boundary for Golden Eagles.
Yeah, just a bit too full, a bit loopy as well. 1 foot down and straight through the line, drove it beautifully to the boundary. A good confidence booster as well. He's finally off the mark, 6 deliveries in. Dot balls are going to be a big problem here for the Golden Eagles if they're to win. Leg side this time, and in the gap. It is going to be cut off. Ryan Scott, I believe, the fielder. He's got a strong arm and an absolute powerhouse in the field. 15 overs gone. The Golden Eagles at 99 for 5. 67 required off 30 after the Mavericks had a bat first, put in to have a bat first, 165 for 4. Very different surface today. It is a brand new pitch that we're using for the first time at this USPL season number 3. The first one didn't have nearly as much movement. The weather, the conditions weren't favoring the bowlers nearly as much as today. Simhadri, he comes into the attack and that is placed beautifully by Shatley Van Skalkwijk. He'll pick up 4 runs, just opening the face of the bat on that.
What a timing of the ball. Absolutely brilliant. He knew where his gaps is.
Yeah, it was full, it was wide, just opening the face of the bat, angling it into the gap. Beautiful looking stroke, that. Well bowled this, angling and right into the toes. Much better comeback here. That required run rate now over 13 runs and over, 13 and a half required. We're into the 16th over. Not really sure at what point these two are going to realize that they have to start hitting some more boundaries. Starting to see some more fans come into the stands today, and why not? There's some great cricket being played here. Followed him, saw the batter trying to create some room and followed him into the pads. Good bowling this.
Trying to get those Yorkers right. Bowling round, and this was effective. Hitting the pads.
New Jersey Titans in the house. They're playing next as they take on the Carolina Eagles. Placed, and it should be cut off. Good running this, though. They've attacked the first one hard, able to pick up 2 quick runs.
Also for the youngsters, just watching the game, there has been good backing up by Mavericks. The mid wicket came all the way up for the backup. Extraordinary.
Bowled him through the gate again, goes for the Yorker again and gets the same result. Simhadri is having a fantastic time, picking up 2 wickets in a spell, and this time it's the wicket of Vinakota.
Absolutely, Yorkers doing the work for Mavericks. A little bit of round arm action, slinging through into the stumps.
He's a happy man, and he's really putting himself and his team in a good position. Ujjwal Vinakota is going to have to go for 8. The Golden Eagles, 106 for 6. trouble here for the California Golden Eagles. They've been exceptional so far in the tournament, and the loss of the top order has revealed a very weak middle order with the bat. It's exposed a weakness that other teams will be watching out for as well. If you get the first three, the first 4 wickets, put yourself in a very strong position against them. It's going to be Gaurav Kumar coming in with the bat after the dismissal of Vinakota. 6 down now, still needing 60 off 25 deliveries. That required rate now just shy of 15 runs and over.
This is the last delivery. Again, a swinging Yorker coming in, and the batter completely losing the line.
He's off the mark, and it's going to be a single to end the over. 16 gone. The Eagles 1 of 7 for 6.
Bowler change. Right arm over, Gaurav. Keeper in form.
Both teams are in the house. The Carolina Eagles and New Jersey Titans. Coming up in, well, not too long from here, as soon as this game's done. 1 p.m. local time. Lots of action today. And following the Eagles and Titans clash, we've got the Atlanta Blackcaps taking on the New York Cowboys at 5 p.m. local time. Looking fairly relaxed, the Titans, as they should. They've had a decent tournament so far at the USPL Season 3. As we get into the later part of this, popped up, and the bowler wasn't following through. Hassan Adil could have had the 7th wicket.
Well, still very hard for the fast bowler to get that one. A good ball to start off. Shot to delivery. Almost on the helmet.
I've seen a few of them pop up now. They're just not reading the bounce. The ball's not, perhaps playing a little too earlier than the ball's coming on, just stopping in that wicket. We did say it was a bit sticky. Been a big change compared to the surface from yesterday in terms of totals as well. Dug that one in, and this might be trouble, Hassan Adil saying, hold the ball, and I'm not sure why, because that could have been another wicket.
Maybe they just don't want to give some extra runs of overthrow, because the bowler was far ahead and not on the wickets anyways.
Yeah, the non-strikers was down the wicket by quite a bit, and I'm very surprised that they didn't have a shy at the stumps. There you go, just telling them not to throw, to hold the ball. They did have backup as well. When there's a chance available, you have to take the shy at the stumps. And you should never be held. If there are overthrows and there was a chance for the run out, it's all right, you take the overthrows. Especially in a situation like this where the Eagles need a whole 59 more. It's not like an overthrow would have cost them the game. Loose delivery, and can't do much with that. Full tosses can be tough to hit sometimes. You're not expecting them.
Well, mostly they're hard to hit, especially from a fast bowler. They come on fast. It's harder to extend those arms. Most dot balls is from Hassan Adil. He has been exceptional on the field.
41 dot balls speaks of volumes in T20 cricket. That's why he's been so effective. He's picked up wickets as well. Not picked up one in this game yet. He'd love to pick up one here as well. Started this season with a fifer, the first fifer at season number 3. Dug that one in, And no real timing. They'll have to settle for the single. That run rate now continuing to climb to 17.1. The Golden Eagles, they're going to need a miracle from here on to pull off 57 off 20.
Well, they need 17 runs per over. Best bowling figures are from Jack Ball. And second one is Ehsan Adil, 5 for 23. Unless exceptional. Jack Ball and Ehsan Adil both on 5 for 23. Well, it's a competition between them.
Back to the bowler, and they will pick up the single. You said it's a competition between both Jake Ball and Ehsan Adil, and well, he's not picked up a wicket here. He really needs to, because guess who's coming in next? It's Jake Ball coming back in with the ball.
It's a good day for cricket and a new pitch. Ehsan Adil continuing from the pavilion end. Still 56 runs remaining of 19 deliveries.
Well, the singles just aren't going to do it here for the California Golden Eagles. And from Maryland Mavericks perspective, this is good. 17 gone, the Eagles 111 for 6.
Lefty. Lefty ready, same thing. Done.
Beautiful facility here at Broward County Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It was very insightful to speak to Trevor Fell as well, who is in charge of this facility along with 29 others. Florida, the state of Florida, doing a big part in growing the sport of cricket. I mean, you cannot grow the sport without the facilities and the infrastructure to do so. Well bowled. He's really targeting those Yorkers. Simhadri, he's been consistent as well. Both of his wickets coming off of Yorkers.
He's heavily relying on the Yorkers. That has been effective for him. A slinging round arm action. Bowling in the block holes.
Come batter. Bowler is ready. I need you to be ready when the bowler is ready. Easy, Shubi. Easy, Shubi. Ball, mama. Ball,
Push into
mama.
the offside. It's just going to be a single. In the conversation with Trevor Fell really makes you realize how many people are involved behind the scenes for cricket to happen the way it does. Take a look at the standings quickly. It's 4 points each between the Eagles and the Mavericks, and the winner of this game is going to separate that. Swing and a miss. Right through everything. We always talk about cricket and the volunteers and the stakeholders. So many people involved behind the scenes for it to transpire to what it has on the field. So thankful and thank you to all the volunteers and all the people putting in the hard yards behind the scene.
With such accurate execution of Yorkers and outside off stump Yorkers, always the hardest to hit. You can always nick behind and get a 4, but still it's effective so far. It takes all the body strength to bowl a Yorker.
What was that?
Question's been asked. It's Shirsmova behind the stumps. And it looks like we will be going upstairs to see if there might have been a stumping on this or not.
Checking for the no ball. The very first step.
Pressure in the.
It's clear from here. Let's see, did it made it or not?
Home safely. That foot did move out for a little bit, but he did very well to get it down on time. Good work by the keeper, though. Bails come off in a flash. He is a very good keeper behind the stump. Shreyas Mova, currently the keeper for the Canadian side. Calls for catch it. Does this have the distance? Nowhere near the distance. And it's going to be the 7th wicket. The skipper, Ranjana, takes this catch.
The owners are very happy at the moment for Mavericks. Another wicket down for Golden Eagles, not looking good. It's Sim Hedri with his 3rd wicket and bowling some exceptionally well deliveries. It was high, he was running back and across. Absolutely brilliant catch by Shubham.
Yeah, incredible stuff for the dismissal of Gaurav Kumar. Gone for 4, the Eagles 114 for 7.
Guys, game is not over yet. You're done.
Digging themselves into a hole here, the California Golden Eagles, 7 down. It's Asad, the new man, out in the middle. Ooh, losing all shape on that. Shadley trying to throw the kitchen sink at it. Nowhere near the ball, though.
Well, now they have started trying too hard. Asad Malik on strike. The last wicket, trying to get a hold of the ball. Sim Hadri bowling exceptionally well throughout. 3 wickets for him. And a good catch at the end by Shubham.
The fielding has really improved since the first day. Catches have been taken. Looking for the bouncer again, and he has pulled it all the way for 6. Big, big 6 this from Shadley.
Well, the 6 won't hurt. Still 10 deliveries to go. Hasan Adil trying to get 1 wicket for himself with that shorter ball, but ending up with a big 6.
Bit of a cheeky smile from Hasan Adil as he looks as that ball sails over. Trying to go for those full wide Yorkers. Very clear that they wanted bowl really well in the death. Makes it very hard for the batter to reach those.
It's so good to see so many Yorkers and outside off-stump deliveries to make the batter reach for the ball.
Bowler coming same side.
Hasan Adil will still be looking for his first wicket in the next 3 deliveries to still remain on the top.
And the other thing that's going to start setting is fatigue for the players. They're playing back-to-back games every day. In fact, I was having a conversation with Nitish Kumar a little bit earlier, and he said he is sore. Most of the team is, you know. 20 over cricket takes a lot out of you. You don't realize just how many... It's a lot of intense cricket, and your body does get drained faster. They've been playing every single day for the last... Well, today's the 4th day, so The players are going to need a bit of a break, but they can't. It is a packed schedule here. It's all about managing that workload and managing rehab so they can come back strong and fit for the next day. Slight change in pace, and this has been picked up all the way for 6. Glorious looking shot. It's Shadley Van Skalkwyk trying to play a little bit of a cameo towards the end of this innings.
Well, sometimes this happens when you're too desperate for a wicket and trying to bowl as many variations. But bowling in one line was working fine for SN. This was a little slower, full pitch delivery. Resulted in a boundary, a maximum.
He's now been pumped for 2 sixes, SN Adil, by Shadley Van Skalkwyk. Bit of a contest between the two. One delivery to come in the over, and wouldn't he love the wicket of Shadley Van Skalkwyk? Goes for that full Yorker again, dug out, and it's going to be a single to end the 19th. The Eagles 129 for 7.
Situation has changed. You're good to keep 5 outside. You got 60 seconds to start. 60 seconds to start. Copy. Main over. Right arm, Nova.
Last over. Pulled away, and in the gap. He'll pick up a boundary off the first delivery. Feel it's just a bit too much to do though. 33 required of 5 deliveries. It's going to take a miracle for the Golden Eagles to pull this one off from here.
Absolutely. Even though Shadu is trying his best. A little leg side short pitch delivery that goes towards the boundary. Choosing the right areas. And again, that has been put in the gap. Will that be a boundary? And saved by inches. Will go settle for only 2 runs.
You're good to see this from the Maryland Mavericks. They know that they're most likely going to come out on top of this contest. This game nearly but done, but good to see the fielders still put in that effort. Every run that they can cut off matters. Nitish Kumar there in the deep. Picked up, and this might just be caught on the boundary. Yes, it is. It's Ryan Scott again. What a catch that was, and that's going to be the end of Shadley Van Skalkwyk.
Ryan Scott being one of the best fielders so far for Mavericks. Always a hard catch when it goes high up in the sky. But safe hands of Ryan Scott. Was not able to, disappointed. Was not able to middle the ball. A good easy catch at the end. Golden Eagles 135 for 8.
Yes, sir. 3. Center. Right arm. Nova.
Ranjani's into the attack. The ball's gone high. The fielders are all running towards it, but the ball lands safely. I'm having a good laugh. The batsman, Kalmar LaRue, he's just arrived there and he's scarred one right off the toe end of the bat.
Center. Yeah, middle.
Well, he wanted to score big. Just lost 2 deliveries.
Wow, that is a monstrous hit. That is a little bit of respectability back into this result. Mavericks owner saying, what was that? Where'd that come from?
A complete different class. Completely in his range. A fuller pitch delivery. He didn't have to even move a bit. And that went big in the stands.
Assad, he didn't hold back in that shot, did he? He gave it the kitchen sink. And Ranjani, the skipper, got a wicket, and now he's been launched into orbit. Last ball, final rights being read to Golden Super Eagles. Catch it! Oh, it's just gone through the fingertips, off the toe end of the bat. And they come back for 2, and that's run out. That should be out. And Assad, he was thinking he was going to trot home, and to his surprise, the stumps were broken, and he's been dismissed. So, an absolutely brilliant performance. The Mavericks, they've done a great job here today. Very clinical performance with a bat. And with the ball now, they've been excellent as well. Have a look now. They come back for 2. Look at him on the non-striker's end. He's having a daydream. And he's run out by miles. He's hardly even in the picture. Assad ends his day with a comical run out.
Well, he was not ready for the second run anyways. Mavericks having some time. Back-to-back wins for Mavericks. They have been exceptional. Complete opposite from the way they started off their contest. Well, they have gained some momentum.
Well, they've been really impressive. Their side has shown with bat and ball. They've got some key players to look out for. The skipper at the front, Ranjani, he's really been a player they've moulded around quite nicely. He's got runs, he's got some wickets. Dwayne Smith as well, he bats and he comes off as the impact player. And then you've got some really good performances from Samadri. Sujit as well, 2 for 6 in his 2 overs, really good. And Ranjani, a 2 for as well for him, so handshakes all round. And this basically result takes the Mavericks top of the table. So Unmukt, Norman was a big wicket. Lamont's wicket of Norman was a standout, I think, and changed the game. Monank as well got himself in, as well as Van Schalkwyk. He would like to have taken it on a bit, but wickets fell all around him when Samadri took all the wickets in that middle order. They lost all their impetus, and the run chase fell pretty flat thereafter. So an early partnership between Monank and Unmukt was very entertaining indeed. And after that, no real partnerships to speak of. Not many extras, so a good performance from the quick bowlers. Ehsan, who's one of the top wicket takers in this tournament, he went 9 for 36. At 3 for 16, Samadri the star, as well as Sujit and Ranjani. So, if you're tuning in, this is what happened in the game today. Summary: Mavericks 165 for 4, with Ranjani not out 61, and the Golden Eagles falling short by 22 runs. So the Maryland Mavericks winning by 22 runs. We'll see you shortly after the break. Welcome back. The match summary. A great encounter. Match 9. The Mavericks 165 for 4. A little bit below par, we thought, but it was plenty in the end where the Eagles fell short by 22 runs. Some very good performances. But now it's time to throw to Paul Nixon, who's at the post-match presentation.
Hello and welcome to our post-match presentation. I'm kindly joined by Shan Gujaran, who's the co-owner of the New York Cowboys. Thanks for coming, Shan. A great day. We've got a great presentation to a young man who's been bowling outstanding. 4 overs, 3 for 16. Fani, Simradi, come on in, my friend. Congratulations. Outstanding economy of 4. You're going to get your little trophy. Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fantastic, gents. Thank you, Sean. Well, must have enjoyed that.
Yeah, a lot.
Lovely, well
Been
done.
waiting for it. Yeah.
Tell me about, obviously, you've got your action's a little bit lower like Malinga. Have many coaches tried to coach it out of you because it's such a unique action?
No, they haven't actually. They let me continue with it. I actually started as a spinner when I was young, but later when I stopped cricket and I started playing tennis ball, so that's when I started bowling fast. So that way my spin helped me with my fast. So my action helps me with my cutters. So I'm just going with it, however long it takes me.
Fantastic. Well, it's been so good, and you've been dominating so far, so congratulations.
Thank you.
The 2 pitches, old pitch, new pitch, any difference between today's pitch to yesterday's pitch?
Yeah, I mean, the initial pitch from the first day, it was good. Not so easy to, bowl, but the batsmen were getting it on the bat. But today, I think it was sticking in a bit, and, some balls there, the batsmen, when they try to hit it, it was just popping up. So, and it was giving me some kind of grip for my cutters. So that helped me for my variations too.
Brilliant, Fani. Well done. Good luck for the rest of the competition. Top of the table now. Well done, my friend. All the best. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
That concludes our post-match presentation.
So what does that mean to the log standings? The Mavericks now have won 3 out of 4 and they shoot to the top of the table. They're on 6 points now. The Eagles, the Titans and the recently beaten California Golden Eagles, they remain in 4th place. There is the bottom 2 teams, Cowboys at the bottom, unfortunately, Black Caps. But next up, match 10, that'll be coming up 1 p.m. local time. Carolina Eagles will be taking on New Jersey Titans. We're in for an epic encounter.